What's up, Dolphins fans? Welcome into Dolphins Today by Chat Sports. I am Nic Rohloff. We are live on the channel yet again for day 3 of NFL free agency. But this one does have significance to it because in an hour and a half, we will officially be in the new league year, 2026. It begins on 4 p.m. Eastern Time today, which means you can have signings become official, you can have trades become official, and you have to be cap compliant. And the Dolphins have been pretty busy today, actually the most busy day out of the 3 days in free agency. Earlier this morning, they restructured Austin Jackson's contract, which saved about $7 million in cap space, got them cap compliant, and then just after noon, they signed Willie Gay to a 1-year deal, and then they also added an edge rusher, Joshua Uche, on a 1-year deal. So a pair of signings for the Miami Dolphins today. They also got a little bit more cap compliant, and we should be full steam ahead towards the new league year in an hour and 27 minutes. We will be live through the new league year for about probably an hour, reacting to any move that happens. The Bradley Chubb post-June 1 release, I think, should become official at the new league year. I think Tua's release becomes official at the new league year, I believe, as well. So we will see a lot of news officially processed on today's show. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here early on a Wednesday afternoon. We'll welcome in producer Cope and let you guys shout out your city for me down in the comments section. Where are the real ones watching from? Let me know. Get down, in the comments.
Real ones. What is going on? The Dolphins pretty active today. Would you say this is the most active day of NFL free agency for the Dolphins so far?
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Despite the Malik Willis.
No, this is the most active because you go by day. What happened on Monday? Well, I actually retake that. It is Monday because
I also believe so because of the magnitude.
I forgot, and that's crazy because it feels like this is a lifetime ago. I forgot, Coop, that they also released Tua and trade Minkah Fitzpatrick on Monday morning.
Yes, they did.
So if you factor
That's
in trading Minkah, releasing Tua, signing Malik Willis and Greg Dulcich, that's 4 big-time moves on Monday. Yesterday was very quiet. All they did is bring back Zane Gonzalez. That's it, folks. All they did yesterday was sign Zane Gonzalez. Today, they restructured Austin Jackson's contract, signed Joshua Uche, also re-signed linebacker Willie Gay. Now, technically, I think if you include Bradley Chubb's post-June 1 release becoming official today, that would then change the equation a little bit. But I think Monday and Wednesday are certainly the 2 busiest days here on free agency. We got Ben Rivera in Northport, Florida. We got Eidelman in Castle Rock. We got Boca Raton for Slaying Cat. BR in Orlando. Someone is in Ocala. Derek is in Ottawa, Ontario. Cameron is in Wichita, Kansas. Master of Rage in Miami. Jeanette in Miami. We got Dolphins Uncensored in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Kevin is in Hesperia, California. Appreciate everybody here hanging with us here. It's going to be an interesting day. We wanted to have more of a structured live show today. We were unable to put a lot of structure into this because a lot of the signings, we were going to script some stuff together, but then we had the signing and that took our attention away from that, and we ultimately just tried to fast track that and get ready for live here. So we'll do a couple fun things here in the next hour and a half. We'll recap everything that's happened in the NFL over the last, really, I'd say 20 hours. We'll also do a little mailbag, if you will. We'll answer some questions, #Dolphins. And then we will also, I think something could be fun we do a live mock draft.
Yes, let's do it.
Do a live mock draft where we do a mock and you guys could get your input. We can talk through it ourselves and make some selections as if we are acting as Jon-Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley after the first 3 days of NFL free agency.
I think you as GM, me as co-GM, and then the scouting department, a.k.a. our audience, we can build an A-plus draft.
The scouting department, I like that. I like
we
that
can
a
build
lot.
an A-plus draft.
it does sound like Kyler Murray is going to sign with the Vikings on the vet min when the release becomes official later today.
Do you like that fit?
I think there could be worse out there. I don't think it's bad by any stretch. Like I said, I think it could be worse out there. It sounded like he was choosing between Pittsburgh and the Vikings, but Kyler Murray potentially starting. Listen, if he is the starter instead of J.J. McCarthy, Kyler Murray with Jordan Addison, with T.J. Hawkinson, with Justin Jefferson, certainly more fun than J.J. McCarthy.
No doubt.
That's for sure.
No question about it.
That's for sure. The Dolphins will get more cap space in June when the releases become official. So the Dolphins will actually get about $9 million in cap space in June, $20 million for Bradley Chubb. But then remember, releasing Tua with that designation has a $11 million dead cap increase, which means you gain 20, but you lose 11 equals 9. So that's what Miami is probably going to get when they ultimately release Bradley Chubb into a post-June 1st.
Another move related to the Dolphins, KJ Britt signed with the New England Patriots.
Yeah, KJ Britt did sign with the Patriots, so one of the two backup linebackers in Miami last year goes elsewhere, but luckily the other one, Willie Gay, re-signed with the Miami Dolphins today, as we already noted. Coop, I'm going to just put this Austin Jackson short on social media.
Cool.
If you want to just kind of take us through what has happened so far today.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll scroll through it again. Obviously, the Dolphins did sign Joshua Uche and Willie Gay Jr., both to one-year deals, and I would assume both of them pretty close to the veteran minimum as well. So the Dolphins get an edge rusher in Josh Uche, who in an ideal world is probably your third or fourth edge rusher, but as we'll take a look at the Dolphins depth chart here, he currently is the second edge rusher on this depth chart because of the state of this Dolphins pass rusher room here at the moment, because quite literally it was Chop Robinson and nobody else. So we add Josh Uche to that to go along with Chop, Cam Good, Derek McClendon, and Alex Huntley is your current pass rushing room for the Miami Dolphins. And then as well with the addition of Willie Gay Jr., you add a much needed valuable linebacker to come off the bench. Willie Gay, also an excellent special teams player as well. So you have Jordan Brooks, who is an all-pro caliber linebacker last year, to go along with Tyrell Dodson, and that is your starting LB duo. And then you have Willie Gay Jr. as your third guy. Now behind him, you have Casey Osai and Jonathan Woodard. I think the Dolphins need another linebacker. Whether it's in the draft, whether it's in free agency, I don't think you can go in with the linebacking core of these five. Because I think if one of them gets hurt, Willie Gay gets elevated to the starter. Are you really trusting Casey Osai or Jonathan Woodard to play serious snaps? I'm personally not doing so. So that's the moves that the Dolphins made today. And then, as we mentioned, KJ Britt went away from Miami, signed with the AFC East rival New England Patriots as well. So we'll start back here early in the morning. The craziest story in the NFL by far is what's going on with the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens signed Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $112 million deal, $60 million guaranteed, after backing out of the Max Crosby trade last night, where they sent 2 first-round picks to Las Vegas. They said Crosby did not pass his physical, and so they backed out of that deal, and then they signed Hendrickson early this morning. And that's just slimy stuff from the Baltimore Ravens, if you ask me. Kayvon Chasen, who was a New England Patriot last year, he signed a $12 million deal with the Washington Commanders. So the Patriots lose an edge rusher there who was kind of on a prove-it deal last year for New England and played pretty well. And then Daniel Jones, his deal with the Colts became official today, 2 years, $88 million, with escalators that can get it up to $100 million. That QB money is just absolutely crazy. Look, Jones had a great year last year before he got hurt, but $44 million a season for Daniel Jones, color me skeptical. Color me skeptical. And then we mentioned KJ Britt joining the Patriots. The Panthers made a duo of signings in Luke Fortner and Travis Gibson. And then Brenton Cox Jr., former Florida Gator, signs a deal with the Green Bay Packers, 1 year, $2.5 million there. And then the Josh Uche news came in, where he signed a 1-year deal, probably a veteran minimum for the Miami Dolphins. We don't know the exact details of that deal yet, but that's what it looks like. Jack Stoll goes to the Cleveland Browns. James Mitchell to the Carolina Panthers. And Channing Tindall, also a former Dolphin, heads to the Atlanta Falcons. Dolphins obviously also signed Willie Gay. A couple other moves there. Cade York to the Jets. And Michael Clemens to the Indianapolis Colts. Moving on forward, Chidobe Awuzie goes right back to the Baltimore Ravens on a $5 million deal. Elijah Hicks to the Chicago Bears. And the most recent moves that have been made, Chris Williams, the defensive tackle, signs with the Falcons. Excuse me. And Kevin Byard takes a deal with the New England Patriots. And that is where we stand at this time.
Yeah, that one just came in while I was doing some things behind the scenes. The Chicago Bear from last season, who led the NFL in interceptions with 7, former Tennessee Titan who played under Mike Vrabel in Tennessee in the early 2020s. He is joining our division rival New England Patriots on the back end there at safety. We actually talked about this on yesterday's live show when we were targeting some safeties potentially in free agency, that Jalen Hawkins was a starter for them last season and was really good alongside their rookie out of Cal, Craig Woodson. And I mentioned, hey, if Hawkins is cheap, like I would take Jalen Hawkins on a $4 million deal potentially, as Miami needs, I would argue, 2 safeties because you only have Dante Trader Jr. And with Kevin Byard joining New England to be their Jalen Hawkins replacement on a 1-year, $9 million deal, that obviously makes Jalen Hawkins more likely to sign elsewhere in free agency. And maybe, just maybe, as time goes on, his price point diminishes and maybe the Dolphins can scoop him up on a 1-year, $4 million deal or a 2-year, $8 million deal, which is where he's been projected to get in free agency for a little bit here. So I'll tell you what, I don't think that's something that can be crossed off the table, but as we cover the Dolphins here, we also cover what other teams in our division do because that directly impacts the Miami Dolphins. The Patriots have lost some key pieces. Kayvon Chasen. They cut Stephon Diggs, but they add Romeo Doubs yesterday. They add Draymond Jones. They add Kevin Byard. They add Elijah Vera Tucker. Unfortunately, I think New England has had a pretty solid offseason. Nothing crazy splashy as of now. Just pretty solid additions. You look at Buffalo, they've added DJ Moore. That's really the only big thing they've done. I don't really think they've added anyone too impactful. The Jets have been really busy, adding a lot to that defense that they desperately needed. The big one yesterday was trading for Geno Smith. And then obviously Miami has made these 5 moves in free agency. Malik Willis, new QB1, Greg Dulcich, Zane Gonzalez, Josh Uche, and Willie Gay, all on 1-year deals. And that brings me to this question. What has been the best signing for the Dolphins so far? It's our pinned poll as well. Which has been your favorite? Factor in value of contract as well. Malik Willis, Josh Uche, Zane Gonzalez, Greg Dulcich, or Willie Gay. In our live poll, 71% has voted new QB1 Malik Willis. That is to no surprise of me. Greg Dulcich is in second place with 19% of the votes, Mr. Coop. We actually asked this question yesterday, and you answered Greg Dulcich to be a contrarian. What are your thoughts now?
Yeah, I don't even think it was to be a contrarian. Like, I do think that Dulcich is the best value deal that they've signed. You get him for $3.25 million. A guy who I think, if given the opportunity, it could be a starting caliber tight end in this league, a top 32 tight end, if you will, in this league. And I think he can play every down if the Dolphins need him to. I think he can pass catch. I think he can block pretty well. Like, I think he's an all-around pretty good tight end. So I think getting him for that value is my favorite signing of Dolphins free agency. That's not to say Malik Willis isn't a good signing and won't work out. I think he slightly gets overpaid for the actual production that we've seen in the NFL. Now, it's really a 2-year, $45 million contract, but if he's a disaster this year, the Dolphins are drafting a QB once again high next season as well. I think we'll be looking at this deal like, oh boy, the Dolphins still have to deal with this contract for at least another season. So, yeah, I just like the value of the Dulcich deal.
I am much more in on the Willis signing now than I was when the news broke. I mean, we've talked about it. We knew who he was as a player. It was just all about the contract, and I was stunned. I was kind of taken aback by the 3-year deal. I was expecting a 2-year deal. But if you look at the actual value of the contract with guaranteed money, base salary, roster bonuses, blah, 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 it actually comes out to a 2-year, $45 million deal, which is, I think, more than fair for Malik Willis. That's what Justin Fields got last year in free agency. I would argue more people wanted Malik Willis than Justin Fields from a year ago. So I think it's a fair deal. And like Coop said, it doesn't prevent you from drafting a quarterback in 2027. Like, if you are absolutely horrible, you win 3 or 4 games, Malik Willis looks like a major mistake, well, you can still draft a quarterback in the top 5 in 2027, have Willis be your bridge QB as a mentor in 2027, and then start the rookie halfway through that season and be the starter moving forward in 2028 because Willis doesn't have any guaranteed money for that season. But ideally, obviously, he balls out and is your QB1 for the next 5 to 8 years.
Yeah, that's obviously best case scenario. It's like, yeah, Malik Willis balls and you give him an extension and he's your guy. That's obviously what the best case scenario and best outcome for the Dolphins would be. And it's easy. Like, if he has a great year, you can revisit it next year and pay him if you really want to, right? So I think it's a low-ish risk signing despite the money that's kind of guaranteed to him. And hopefully it works out and everything goes good and Bobby Slowick can get the best out of him. That's the ideal scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. Super chat menu for today's live show. Let's get a little fun and be a little wild. Why not? $5. We're going to spin the wheel. It's been $20 the last couple days. We're lowering it down to $5. $10. We're doing 10 push-ups today on the live show. And $20 shots. We got the Tito's vodka in-house today. As always, we got $50 beer bongs, and you will get into the Hall of Fame. We'll celebrate you getting into the Hall of Fame. And if we get to $500 today in total, we will do a beer boot, which is 3 happy dads at once. So we'll be live here for the next 2 hours and change, probably till 5 p.m. Eastern time, I would say, 4 p.m. Central time, like we have been the last couple of days. But if you want to create a party and have some fun and get yourself on screen, you can super chat, ask a question, have your thoughts, get excited. We will absolutely celebrate that and get you all on screen. Appreciate everybody here tuning in, hanging out with us here on a Wednesday afternoon. We'll also make note, if you are not aware, I know we did a major push yesterday and on Monday, but if you want to support the channel in a different way, grab your Dolphins Today shirts today.
They're tough.
They're nice. They're high-quality stuff. We did a flash sale yesterday. We may or may not have a flash sale coming in the next hour or so stay tuned for that. But if you want to go grab a shirt right now at Dolphins Today at chatsports.com, links in the live chat description right now. Appreciate everybody who's already bought a shirt or plans to buy one because it does help the channel quite a bit. I say, Coop, before we get to this, let's get the like number up a little bit.
Let's do it.
We're at 180 people watching, only 48 likes. Hit that thumbs up icon right now if you want the Dolphins to make another move. I don't think they'll make another move until maybe after the league year, which is obviously in an hour and 10 minutes. I don't think they want to run too close to that cap compliant number. They got up to $7.8 million in cap space after making the Austin Jackson contract restructure this morning. But then after signing Zane Gonzalez and making that official, Willie Gay Jr. and Joshua Uche, they project to be around $4.5 million in cap space. The Zane Gonzalez deal and details have been released. That's a veteran $1.3 million contract. So that brings down Miami's cap total to about $6.4 million. I would assume Willie Gay is the vet min as well. So I would guess that brings it down to $5.2 million. And then with Uche, that one will be interesting because I'm not sure. He could get a 1 year $2, 1 year $3 million deal. I don't know if that will be the exact minimum. So the Dolphins cap number could be closer to $2 or $3 million in space rather than 4 or 5. We'll have to see those details on Joshua Uche, but Miami doesn't have a lot of cap space to work with right now. I think they will certainly wait to make any other moves until after the league year so they don't risk not being cap compliant when that timer gets there. But make sure you hit that thumbs up icon. Goals to get to 85 likes. Right now we're at 64. We are 21 likes away. Come on, let's get that number right now. I'll even make a deal. When we get to 100 likes, I'll take a shot tequila on the house rather than a $20 super chat.
Let's go.
We are 35 away from there, but the goal is to get to 85, which is 20 away. So hit that thumbs up icon. Help us out here on today's show.
Once we do that, we'll get into some Dolphins free agency needs and targets and talk about who could be the next Miami Dolphin.
Yeah, but let's get that like number rising. We're at 71, so we're 14 likes away from our goal. And the need right now. Hit that thumbs up icon.
There's our first super chat of the day coming in.
Yeah, we'll get that super chat on screen here right after we get to the 85 likes. We got to get to the 85 like number, though. We're 13 away. Hit that thumbs up icon. We've been live for 3 straight days on the channel, breaking down NFL free agency, Dolphins free agency, and it is greatly appreciated when y'all send super chats, buy our merch. That helps too, but a free way to help the channel grow is liking that stream as well. So let's get to 85. We're 11 away, as we did just have another signing come through the woodworks. Aaron Jones. Not really a signing, more or less a restructure. He was set to be released by the Vikings, but instead re-signs on a restructured deal, stays with Minnesota, and will be in that backfield alongside potentially Kyler Murray. We're 3 likes away from 85. Who is going to be the 3 people to get us across that threshold that we need? Come on, let's get there. Come on. Let's get to 85 likes. 2 likes away. 2 likes away. Come on. Help me out. Help yourself out. Let's get to 85 likes. There we go. Appreciate everybody for hitting that thumbs up icon. David Crabtree with a $10 super chat. I believe that the Finns will have to draft to fill out their lines. I agree. And Coop, why don't we look at both offensive line, D-line, and edge depth charts that Miami has currently right now?
It skipped on me. That was the wrong one.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Sorry.
That's an F Coop.
F Coop in the chat. F Coop in the chat.
This is the right one.
This is the right super chat. Hopefully Willis will be good. I am happy that they got Dulcich. I am as well. I'm a big fan of Greg Dulcich. I thought he showcased a lot of positive things in the last 10 games of the season. I mean, just go ahead and remember that the Dolphins didn't have any really good tight ends last year. First of all, they had Darren Waller, they had Julian Hill, and they had, who's the third guy? Oh my goodness. He never played.
Darren Waller?
No, it was Tanner Connor. Forgot about Tanner Connor. They had Waller, Connor, and Hill. That was the tight end room. Darren Waller misses the first month, and they don't bring Greg Dulcich up. They keep on riding with Connor. They keep on rolling with Julian Hill. It was ugly. Greg Dulcich makes his return, and the Dolphins just made a signing. The Dolphins just made a signing, Lonnie Johnson Jr., the DB. So we'll stop away from there, and we will talk about this new defensive back in Miami, Lonnie Johnson Jr., I believe the former Kentucky Wildcat, if I'm not mistaken. This is the first time we've been live for a signing since the Malik Willis. Since the Malik Willis deal. So the Dolphins make another signing after I literally just said that I don't expect them to make another one for a little bit. They prove me to be wrong, and they bring in the former Las Vegas Raider, I think former Kentucky Wildcat as well. Yeah. I got to do some more research on Lonnie Johnson Jr. before we do the cut. But Miami Dolphins sign defensive back, sign DB Lonnie Johnson Jr. to a 1-year deal Sully and Halfley getting busy today. That tweet is out. Going to film a short here in a second as well. But Lonnie Johnson Jr. to the Miami Dolphins. We'll get into Soto's super chat here in a second, but we got to talk about the newest Miami Dolphin. Coop, I'm going to add him to the depth chart. I do think I would still put him as a backup. I would still probably say he's behind Storm Duck on the depth chart. The question is he ahead of Ethan Bonner? I don't know. I think so. Why not? What'd you say? Lonnie Johnson. I think he's a corner. Yeah. Lonnie Johnson Jr. PFF. Well, he is listed as a safety on PFF. Well, he's listed as a DB. So he played safety. He's actually a safety. He's not a corner. So that's on me. Hand up accountability. I will change that. Is it labeled as a corner? Yeah. Can you actually just message if they could change it to DB or just do DB? But Lonnie Johnson Jr. is, I guess, the newest starting safety for the Miami Dolphins. Because would you rather start him or Omar Brown? Probably Lonnie Johnson Jr., which is crazy to say. Mr. Coop. Changing some of the depth charts. The safety depth chart is now updated with the picture. Looking at Lonnie Johnson, I mean, his numbers aren't great, folks. I mean, this is why he's out there on a one-year deal. But my goodness, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly right now. Can't lie. Pretty ugly right now in that secondary. Pretty ugly in that secondary. I'm looking at Lonnie Johnson, dude. 6'2", 213. He's 30 years old, so he's an older player. Former second-round pick out of Kentucky, like I mentioned. He only played about 300 defensive snaps last year. 12 snaps in 2024. Yikes. Yeah. Let me film a quick short on Lonnie Johnson. Justin, the Miami Dolphins have signed defensive back Lonnie Johnson Jr. The 30-year-old defensive back was a second-round pick in 2019 out of the University of Kentucky. And the Dolphins remain busy today. This is the third signing of the day, which is why you subscribe. We've covered them all. But Johnson joins Willie Gay Jr., joins Joshua Uche as the moves that Jon-Eric Sullivan and Jeff Halfley has made. Johnson is 30 years old. He's 6'2", 215. Didn't have that strong of a year last season in Las Vegas, but he can play a little bit on the outside at corner, mostly plays at that safety position. And as of right now, that safety room is so bare, he would probably be a starter next to Dante Trader Jr. because you have Jordan Colbert and Omar Brown as the only other two safeties in your room. But hey, whatever. Lonnie Johnson, welcome to Miami. All righty. What'd you say? No autographic stats? That's hysterical. But hey, the Dolphins made a signing. Lonnie Johnson Jr., DB, one-year deal. Great the signing for me. C minus. I don't disagree. The signing isn't pretty. It isn't pretty. I'm surprised the Dolphins made another signing. Let me add him to the live title. Does he fit? I'm going to change instead of Dolphins 2026 free agency, sign Lonnie Johnson, Josh Uche, Willie Gay. Boom. Done. Title changed. C minus. I'm going to try to break down Lonnie Johnson Jr. as much as possible. But this guy is not very active in the NFL. That is for absolute sure. The third signing of the day, though, for the Miami Dolphins. And Coop, I think we're just going to have to come. But we'll talk about Lonnie. We'll talk more about Uche. We'll talk more about Willie Gay. We'll talk more about all of it. So don't worry about it, Mr. Coop, if you can't find too many graphics out there. Oh, you're not worried. Thank you for not being worried. Thank you for not being worried. I appreciate you for not being worried, Mr. Coop. All right, we're going to break down the super chat real quick before we talk about Lonnie Johnson Jr. more in depth. I'm just pulling up Josh Uche's stats here so we can reference those in the video we're about to film. Lonnie Johnson? Yeah, you can look at the safety room, but you can look at him there. Jonathan Soto, any theory on when the contract extensions for the key three will be done? Great questions, Jonathan Soto. And we'll pay off all of these super chats after we do our reaction to Lonnie Johnson Jr. Just want to get him on screen here. Yeah, they should be coming, I think, in May or June. That's what Jon-Eric Sullivan said, and that's why I'm going to take him at his word. He said at the NFL Combine that he'd like to extend Jordan Brooks, Devon Achane, and Aaron Brewer. And if those extensions do come to fruition, they will likely happen in the summer, later on in the offseason. These are my projected extension numbers for the three. I don't know if these are going to be accurate. They could be spot on. They could be way off. I would give Devon Achane a 4-year, $61 million deal, which is $15.2 million a season. I think Jordan Brooks getting slightly more than Devin Lloyd did in free agency. He got 3-year $45 and just under Zach Bond's 3-year $51 million extension he got last year from Philly. Makes a lot of sense. So 3 for $48. And then Aaron Brewer, I think, gets the most out of the bunch because center is just a larger positional value in the NFL. Aaron Brewer, I would also argue, for his position, is the best one out of the three. Achane's top 5. Brooks, I think, is top 10. But Aaron Brewer's top 3. I mean, last season, he might have been the best center in all of football. Him, Creed Humphrey, and Tyler Linderbaum are kind of the gold standard at that position right now, which is why I think he gets the biggest extension out of the three. So those are the 3 players that I think could get extended. Those are my projections. We'll see when they come to fruition. If at all, I would project the offseason May, June territory as those kind of timelines. J Carr with the super chat. As a former punter back in my high school and college days, let's go. Well, who are your Mount Rushmore of Dolphins punters? It's a great question. I'm actually going to pull up a list so I don't omit anyone.
Jake Bailey.
No, I hated Jake Bailey.
Who was the one that Will?
What do you mean? Oh, he liked Michael Turk.
Michael Turk, thank you.
He liked Michael Turk. All right, I just want to pull up all of the punters that have punted for Miami. There's been 35 in the history of the Dolphins. So I'm going to reread them and make sure I don't miss anybody. Actually, as much as I've not liked Jake Bailey, he, across 23, 24, 25, has the largest yard per punt average. So how about that? How about Michael Pilardi? Remember him? He had a 44.7 average, but he only really punted in 2 games, I think. No, 17 games. So I'm looking at all the punters here. All right, so I think it's pretty... I'm just making sure I don't miss anyone. I think it's pretty safe to say Jake Bailey is in there, unfortunately. I mean, he punted for us for 23, 24, 25, 3 seasons, and has the largest yard per punt average, and he played 51 games. Brandon Fields is obviously in there, punted 128 games, second most yards per punt. So I would actually argue that he's probably the best punter in Dolphins history, Brandon Fields, based off longevity and career statistics. I would then probably say Reggie Robbie. I mean, I didn't watch him. I'm unfamiliar with his game, but 145 games played, 43.3 average. And then maybe Matt Hack. 64 games played, 44.7 yard per punt average. I mean, we're getting crazy here, but I'm going Jake Bailey. That's just embarrassing to say. Brandon Fields, Reggie Robbie, and Matt Hack. Those are my 4. Based off longevity, statistics. Those are my 4. Like, the most games punted was Don Strock. He averaged 30.8 yards per punt. That's garbage numbers. So I'm going Robbie, Brandon Fields, Jake Bailey, and Matt Hack, who was here for 64 games. I mean, that is crazy. I got to be honest, I just don't pay attention to punters in history. I'm also 25, so I wasn't watching the 70s, 80s, and 90s punters, or 80s and 90s punters, I should say. So I was unaware. Is it Roby and not Robbie? It probably makes sense. Reggie Roby. He said, Jay Carr says he's the best. Well, I got to be honest. I was unaware of how Reggie Roby was. Unaware. But definitely Brandon Fields, Reggie Roby, Matt Hack, and Jake Bailey. Those are my 4. All right. After our fun punter discussion, we're going to get to the actual... You said Ron Struck was QB? He did both? Oh my God, you're right. He did do both. Don Strock, 163 games, QB and punter. Oh, he only punted 9 times. I was looking at the wrong number. Wow, Chigaconko to the Commanders. I am too young. I'm 25. I wasn't locked in. Jalen Hawkins to the Ravens. That's a good deal. So, Stove got hot. He was good. Yeah, he was really good. He played for the Falcons back in the day. Very so-so, but he was, like, surprisingly good for them. Yeah. All right. Yeah, my age is definitely just shown. But, just, yeah, as you say. All right, let's get into the reaction to Lonnie Johnson getting signed to the Miami Dolphins. All right, we're about to get this. Yeah, Stove is hot. We got Chigaconko. We got Kevin Byard, Lonnie Johnson, Jalen Hawkins, all in the last 30 to 40 minutes. So, 2-year deal with the Ravens for Jalen Hawkins. I'm curious to see what that 2 years, 10 mil. So I said 2 years, 8 mil. So I was off by $1 mil per season. I would have contemplated 2 for 8. I would have. But 2 for 10 is probably just past the Dolphins price point. But we're in a flurry of signings here with 50 minutes to go until the new league year. But with all that being said, let's get into the reaction to Lonnie Johnson Jr. Another signing for Jeff Hafley, Jon-Eric Sullivan, and the Miami Dolphins. This one comes in the secondary as Miami signed the veteran defensive back Lonnie Johnson Jr. to a 1-year deal. Johnson is a former second-round pick out of the University of Kentucky in the 2019 draft. He played originally with the Houston Texans, have bounced around, played for the Carolina Panthers, played for the Tennessee Titans, New Orleans Saints, Las Vegas Raiders last season. And if I'm just going to be quite honest with you, it's a interesting veteran addition that I give a 50-50 chance he even makes the Dolphins roster, if we're just going to call a spade a spade. It's a pretty early signing to where a player might not make the roster, but it's true because this guy only appeared in 9 games last season and played 321 snaps for that Raiders defense. But if you look at his numbers across 2022, 2023, 2024, when he's with the Titans, Saints, and Panthers respectively, you add up all the snaps he played in those 3 seasons, and they didn't even make up the amount of snaps he played last year for the Raiders. And the Raiders were picking number 1 overall for a reason. They just were trying to find bodies to throw out there. And I think that's what this is. He's just a body that Miami now has in the safety room that they can have for OTAs, minicamp, and training camp in July and August. Like, Miami needed to just add safeties in general. Now, Johnson has played 600 snaps on the outside at corner. He was a corner in the first 3 years of his career, but in the last 4 years, he's gotten more playing time at free safety than anything else. 1,100 snaps at that position, 600 career snaps at corner, 246 career snaps in the slot. So a versatile defensive back. I wouldn't advise you to look up his numbers because they're not very good. Had a pass coverage grade of 49.5 last year, 70% completion percentage allowed, didn't allow a touchdown, had a couple PBUs, but had a QB rating of a 101.7 when targeted. This is a depth signing through and through. I'm not going to try to sell you on anything it is not. He is a player that has to fight tooth and nail to make this Dolphins roster as the 3rd or 4th safety, but just because how bare the safety room for Miami is right now, that is why I would say he is listed as the starter on the depth chart we just showed. But, hey, this is why you subscribe, folks. No matter how little the signing actually is for the Miami Dolphins, we will still have you covered with the video. We break down all pieces of Dolphins news. Subscribe and turn on those notifications. And we'll use the rest of this video to talk about what Miami has done fully in free agency and what could still be ahead here. Obviously, the headliner was Malik Willis on Monday when they signed him to be their next QB1 to a 3-year, $67.5 million deal. They then re-signed tight end Greg Dulcich on a 1-year, $3.25 million deal on Monday afternoon. Those two have been my favorite signing so far of free agency, bringing Willis to be your QB. I wanted Dulcich back for the longest time. It was a slow Tuesday for Miami, but they bring in kicker Zane Gonzalez to be the replacement for Riley Patterson and Jason Sanders. Sanders went and signed a deal with the New York Giants, but then today's been busy. It started off on Monday morning with a Austin Jackson contract restructure, so the veteran tackle stays with Miami and projects to be the starting right tackle in 2026, saved Miami about $8 million in cap space, and Miami utilized that cap space by the new year, which is at 4 p.m. Eastern time, to sign Josh Uche, the former 2nd-round pick, Willie Gay Jr., the linebacker, and then Lonnie Johnson Jr., the defensive back. So fascinating to me that the Dolphins signed Malik Willis to a massive 3-year deal, right? And then every other signing Miami has made so far has just been 1-year deals, and that should be expected. That should not be a surprise. Miami was always going to operate as a team signing 1-year deals because they cannot give out big-time contracts. They're going for cheap young guys, and they do that with another one in Lonnie Johnson Jr. Grade the signing for me. A, B, C, D, or F for the Miami Dolphins with Lonnie Johnson Jr. I'm going to give it a C. Like, I don't think I could say anything too highly right now. I'm just going to say it's a C. It's a vet min. It's probably 1.3 mil. I don't even know if he's going to count against the cap, if I'm going to be honest. Remember, in the offseason, your cap number is based off your top 51, and this is probably a vet min deal. And with Miami having now 55 people on their roster in the offseason, I don't think he would even qualify for the top 51. So this doesn't even affect the cap situation for Miami, at least as of right now. And it's just a nice little defensive back depth addition. And this doesn't change Miami's need at safety. Like, the team needs for Miami is so desperate, right? Edge is massive. Cornerback is massive. Offensive guard is massive. With James Daniels being gone and there being a void at that starting right guard position. And even though you just signed Lonnie Johnson Jr. to be safety, that's still a big-time need. Like, you could not start Lonnie Johnson Jr. and Dante Trader Jr. That would be the worst safety room maybe in the history of the NFL if those two were starting week 1 for the Dolphins. And I'll say the same thing for edge as well. Yeah, you signed Joshua Uche earlier today, but that's not going to stop the need from edge. I mean, I like Joshua Uche. I think he's a fascinating specialist at the edge position, and we're actually going to break him down more here in a second, but that's not going to stop you from drafting an edge early. It's not going to stop you from potentially signing another edge rusher to add to your depth chart. So a lot of moves still to come for the Miami Dolphins, and we'll be here to break down all of it. But make sure you grab some Dolphins Today merch right now. Chatsports.com/Dolphins Today. You can get aqua, you can get black. Go grab yours. All sizes available. Links in the description and comments of today's video. Your support of the channel is greatly appreciated. Another way to do it is grab some merch. All right, let's talk about Josh Uche a little bit earlier because he actually had a sneaky good year for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm not going to try to just blow smoke up your ass here, but that's the truth. Like, he only played in 244 snaps last year. He only appeared in 9 games. He played the first 8 games of the year for Philly. The Eagles actually traded for Jalen Phillips. We know this, obviously. He was sent from Miami. And Phillips basically made Josh Uche inactive for the final 9 games of the season. I mean, Uche did suit up in that final game of the year against the Commanders in Week 18. But if you look at his 244 snaps last year, PFF graded him out as 85.1 overall. They gave him an 83.2 pass rush grade. He applied 23 total pressures, which is actually the most pressures in the NFL last season for someone who played as little amount of snaps as he did. So in his limited opportunities, he got after the quarterback. Not only had 1 sack, but he was generating a ton of pressure. He actually posted a 17.4% pass rush win rate last season for Philadelphia, which was technically the best pass rush win rate for any Eagles edge last season. Jalen Phillips had 17.8%. So like I said, Uche comes in just behind that. Zadarius Smith was at 17.4% as well as Uche. Uche certainly has some liabilities. He is more of a pass rush specialist. He is not that good of a run defender, a little undersized for that position, but he can win with speed. I think he can win with power. I remember watching him play the Miami Dolphins when he was with the Patriots early in his career. He had 11.5 sacks in 2022. He had a 4.5% missed tackle rate last season, so even though he's a little undersized and not the best run defender, last season, in his opportunities, he posted a career-high best missed tackle rate. And that's pretty damn good. So I think with a larger opportunity with Jeff Hafley in Miami, he could have a bounce-back season. I'm not going to say he's going to get back to an 11.5 sack guy like he was in 2022, but if you told me Uche is your 3rd pass rusher behind Chop Robinson and another veteran or a rookie you draft, and he gets 5 to 7 sacks next year, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. And then obviously the other signing that Miami made was Willie Gay Jr. I like this move a lot. He was the 3rd linebacker for the Finns last season behind Tyrell Dodson and Jordan Brooks. He didn't get a lot of playing time. He showed up on special teams, though. He's versatile. And the reason why I think this move could ultimately mean more in 6 months than it does now is because we saw Jeff Hafley at the NFL Combine speak about how he wants to be more multiple. Like, he wants to prioritize working out of a 3-4, but wants to be able to do 3-4, do 4-3, and mix in and out. He doesn't want to be stuck in one way. And if he wants to do that and be able to play 3-4, play 4-3 without making substitutions, a player that can be versatile and play in both schemes, like Willie Gay, becomes even more important. So based off where Miami's roster is right now on March 11th, I am going to project that Willie Gay gets a lot of playing time in Jeff Hafley's defense. Because if he's telling the truth about wanting to be multiple and play 3-4 and 4-3 at the same time, well then guess what? Willie Gay Jr. can do both. He can cover. He can play in the run. He can even rush the passer a little bit. Rush the passer, I should say. I think Willie Gay is in line for a lot more playing time next season. And even after all these moves, we know Miami's going to be still looking to make additions in NFL free agency. We just had a flurry of signings while filming this video. Nick Rohloff, the safety from Indianapolis, going to the Commanders. Jalen Hawkins, the safety from New England, going to the Ravens. And then we also saw Chig Okonkwo, the tight end, sign a 3-year deal with the Washington Commanders. So that doesn't impact the list of 10 free agents I would keep an eye on. Nick Scott and Andre Cisco could be interesting additions to that safety room still. Spencer Buford, Michael Jordan, Chris Paul on that interior offensive line. I still think Miami should add another edge rusher. I'd look at former second-round picks, Azeez Ojulari, Yetur Gross-Matos, as cheap vet min options to fill out this room. And at corner, I do still want to bring Rasul Douglas back. He has familiarity with Jalil Adai and Ryan Downer, two assistant coaches on this Dolphins defensive staff, working with him back in Green Bay in 2023, Buffalo in 2024. So these are some interesting options I would keep an eye on for the future in free agency alongside the Miami Dolphins. That will do it for today's show. Miami's been very busy. Lonnie Johnson Jr., we've seen Josh Uche and Willie Gay Jr. all signed with the Dolphins. If they make another move, we will have another video. So subscribe and lock us in. Woo! All right. Feel like I'm out of breath on that one, Coop. I'm going to have to take a quick sip of water and take a break.
You were moving on that one. You were moving and grooving.
A lot going on there in the mind.
He was locked in. No doubt.
There's a lot going on in my head right there. But we were seeing the holes. We were making it happen.
Oh, we saw the board. No, look, I think this Lonnie Johnson signing, you kind of mentioned it. It's like, it's weird to have a signing on day 3 where it's a true 50-50 if he actually makes the roster or not.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Lonnie Johnson Jr., it's a coin flip. Does he make the roster or not? You know what? We're going to flip the coin right now, Coop.
Do it.
Heads, he makes the roster. Tails, he doesn't.
Tails never fails.
Flip a coin. Looks like we're going to have Lonnie Johnson in 2026, folks. It was heads. It was heads. For the 200 and change people watching, y'all just witnessed Lonnie Johnson Jr. is going to be on the Dolphins roster when we play week 1.
The coin decides all.
It is decided. It is decided.
Do
you want to get up the countdown clock for the
yes.
final piece here?
Get up the countdown clock, and then let me actually adjust it first.
Curry out another 10 days. Curry out another 10 days. Yeah, that's just what this is. Lonnie Johnson's a depth piece. I am a little surprised there's on a 30-year-old. I didn't think they would be doing that, but yeah.
You need some sort of veteran presence out there, I suppose.
But yeah, it's been a busy hour and change here. Did that Durham Smythe signing just happen too?
I must have missed that one.
I feel like that happened a different time.
Might have happened just now.
I don't know, Jim.
To be fair, I have not seen any Durham Smythe across my
Yeah, I think that
timeline.
happened already.
Had to have. Slacking Sam.
Let's check to see if that short is out on the channel on Lonnie Johnson.
Yeah, that had to
It
have
is. Cool. It is out. Cool. Busy day, man. Busy day. Busy day.
Busy day indeed.
35 minutes until the new league year, which is when you will see things become official. And I want people to exercise caution when the new league year begins in 35 minutes, because you will see these reporters and insiders tweet out official, like, oh, Tua Tagovailoa has officially been released. Bradley Chubb has officially been released. Like, we already knew this, and it's already been reported. We've already talked about it and did the reaction videos, but they will just become official today. So don't get got. Don't act as if it's new information. Yeah. Nick, best team in free agency far? Who's had the best free agency? It's a good question.
That is a good question.
free agency. Man. That's a tough question. I'm trying to think of who everybody signed. Honestly, I think the Patriots free agency has been good, but I don't think it's that, like, it's not the best. Dolphins isn't the best. I mean, if you count the trade market, I do like what the Rams have done, adding Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie. That's on the trade market, obviously, though. Let me just quickly look. Bills, no. Dolphins, no. Jets, no. Patriots, solid, but definitely not the best.
Commanders?
Cowboys, no. I don't really love what the Commanders have done.
They've signed a lot of guys, I guess.
But they've signed a lot, but I don't think they've been, like, crazy good.
Yeah.
Baltimore, I can't say them out of good faith. Those guys are scumbags. Honestly, I've kind of liked what Pittsburgh has done. Has it been the best? I don't know, but Michael Pittman.
Rico Dowdle,
a couple of these minor signings. Green Bay, no. Minnesota, no. Detroit, no. Chicago, no. Tampa, no. New Orleans, no. Carolina, God, no. Jalen Phillips, 30 mil per year.
Of all time.
Tennessee, I don't mind what Tennessee's done, but they've also just added a bunch of former Giants.
Yeah, they're just bringing Brian Dable's guys over.
Jacksonville, no. Indy, no. Houston has sneaky been solid. You know who actually might have legitimately had the best is the Browns.
Elton Jenkins.
Elton Jenkins. They re-signed Tevin Jenkins. They also added that offensive tackle. Who was it? They added Jenkins. Jenkins two times. They added another offensive line. Go to the Browns. I think the Browns free agency has been really good. Titus Howard they traded for. Zion Johnson, Quincy Williams, Elton Jenkins. Like, they just added a lot of offensive linemen. I think that's been good. San Francisco adding Mike Evans. Nothing really outside of that. Chargers, no. I got to be honest. I think I would be in between Mr. Cooperstein, Cleveland, Las Vegas, the Rams, and New England. Like, the Raiders, they had the most cap space, but they get Tyler Linderbaum, Quay Walker, Malcolm Kuntz, Nakobe Dean. And now I know they made the trade for Max Crosby, but they technically have Max Crosby again.
They do.
So I think Raiders, Rams, Browns, Patriots would be my top 5 so far. I don't even really like what the Giants have done. They've had a lot of cap space, but they bring back Jermaine Illuminor. They bring in Isaiah Likely, Patrick Ricard, Jason Sanders, the Stout, the punter.
Isaiah Hodgins.
Like, I don't think it's been special. Like, I
agree.
Yeah. I don't really like what the Titans have done either. Like, they just signed a lot of former Giants.
Who are all bad.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Theo Johnson.
Did he resign?
No, who the tight end. Who am I thinking of? Giants tight end.
Yeah, wait. Oh, Bellinger?
Yeah.
Bellinger. Honestly, like, I think the Ravens, I don't like them, and I wouldn't say it out of a good faith, but Trey Hendrickson, Jalen Hawkins, they've had a couple good moves. All right, we got 30 minutes until the new league year. I am 55 followers away from reaching 3,000. Would be a great milestone here. If we get to 3,000 followers today, I will take a shot on the house.
Let's go.
I tweet about the Dolphins every day. I tweet out all signings the Dolphins make, all highlights, all my ideas. We have reactions to them all. We are now 40 or 54 away, so we picked up 1 follower. Anybody who gives me a follow over on Twitter, I'll give you a shout out right now. And if we get to 3 Rackskis today, actually, you know what? The Commanders do deserve to be on there. I forgot they signed Odafe Owe.
Yeah, that's right.
They signed Odafe Owe, Caleb Von Chasen, Leo Chenal, Nick Cross, Tim Settle. And then they also added
Okonkwo.
Chickakwanko at the tight end room. That's a pretty good free
good.
agency. That's pretty good free agency. Do we make any more signings? We definitely do make another signing. And we make multiple. Question is how many? But links in the live chat to follow me over on Twitter. So we'll see. I can't see if I got any followers. I no offense. This is a little bit fucked. I have so much engagement on my Twitter right now. It's kind of hard to find out where I can find who's followed me or not.
Motion.
Low key. Low key.
Were you going off last night?
Yes. Did you see my tweet about it got like 400 likes, I think. It was at least at 350. I tweeted out, we picked up another follower. I wish I could find it. But I tweeted out, let me find it. This one. Like 370 likes, but Lakers fans and NBA fans trying to diminish what Bam Adebayo did. You are a clown. And I pointed at you. You know who I should be pointing at? Clown. Clown.
Me?
Yeah, I'm pointing at your box.
Why?
You're trying to diminish what Bam Adebayo did.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
You're a clown.
He should be embarrassed.
You're a clown.
He should be embarrassed.
You're a clown.
Unethical as it gets.
I'm crying. A fake Emeka Egbuka account tweeted out, is CTE even real? And then the Buccaneers communication said this account below is neither owned nor operated by Emeka Egbuka. It is in no way affiliated with Emeka or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's hilarious. Yeah, Reed Woolen signed a 1-year, $15 million deal with the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. All right. All right, well, we did get a couple Super Chats, Mr. Coop. And let's showcase our Super Chat menu again. And then we will also do what we need to do to pay it off. We got 2 $5 Super Chats and a $10 Super Chat, which means I owe 10 push-ups, and we got to spin the wheel twice. So, Coop, why don't we knock out the push-ups first?
Let's do it.
Why don't we knock out the push-ups first, and then we'll do a couple wheel spins. And then would you guys like if we did a mock draft? Like a live mock draft with the PFF simulator up on screen? Me and Coop side by side, and then we talk with you guys on what we should do? Would y'all like that? Let me know, yes or no in the chat.
Let's do it.
I see some yeses. All right, we're going to do it after we pay this off. But first, we got to do our push-ups. Oh, ready, Coop?
Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 push-ups, knocked out. Shout out. Y'all, shout out me. Hell yeah, mock draft coming on the way, so stay tuned. Honestly, my hand hurt. So, inside baseball here. I'm watching the Heat game yesterday. And I'm watching the history happen, right? And I want to do a reaction to it to put out on our Miami Heat channel. If you're a Heat fan and aren't subscribed, go subscribe to the Heat Report. I cover that too. And I go to record the video, and I finish a full 12-minute video filming, and then as I go to save the video to upload to the channel, you don't want to know what happens? My computer freezes and crashes. It didn't save. So I have to refilm the entire video, and obviously I just lost about 20 minutes of time. I could have put out the video for you guys, and I, in a fit of rage, slammed my fist on my kitchen table where I'm filming the video. I hit it so hard, my right hand on this side was stinging and numb for about 30 minutes. and it's still a little sore today. So I thought I broke my hand for a second there because I got very angry. So when I said my hand hurts, it's not because I was doing the push-ups. It's because I am very sore on my hand anyway right here from slamming my fist on a table.
Is it like
probably as hard as I could?
You feel actual pain?
It's not actual pain. It just feels like, I don't know how to explain it.
That's good stuff.
I don't know how to explain it. But we do owe a couple wheel spins for the $5 super chats from John and Soto. And who was the other guy?
We had Soto, and then we had J-Car.
J-Car, that's right. All right, this first one's for Soto. Shout out to Jonathan Soto. Oh, a follow on X. A $50 super chat from Tommy Biscay. Let's go! And now we're partying up here at Dolphins Today with 22 minutes to go till the new league year. I'm crying at this one comment, though. Bro crashed out and hurt himself. See, I know the kid's lingo. That is, in fact, what happened. I crashed out and hurt
That is precisely what happened.
That is exactly what happened. We'll get that super chat on screen, and then we'll do another wheel spin.
Was your significant other home at the time?
She was sleeping, and I probably woke her up, and I actually probably should apologize when I get home today. I didn't know as soon as I did it because I screamed and I literally slammed it and I let out a large fuck and it definitely woke her up. I definitely woke her up.
Tommy Biz
gets into the Hall of Fame. And also, we're doing a beer bong. Shout out to Tommy B.
Are we racing?
If you want to. I mean, that's your call. I mean, I didn't say this, though. But
I'm down.
Couldn't get that open. I'm going to say Tommy B.
Let's go.
Shout out to Tommy B getting into the Hall of Fame. Great content. Keep it up. Fins up. Fins up to you, Tommy B. Free agency time. It's the best time. Actually, I would say that's not true. If I'm talking my favorite times to do the Dolphins content, it's definitely in season is number one.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like the in season content week to week, watching the games with you guys. The Sundays is just incredible. I would put the draft at number 2. I'm a big NFL draft guy. I can't wait for the draft this year. Miami's in such a fascinating spot. They have 9 draft picks, a good fun one early at 11. Maybe they trade back, maybe they don't. Chance to get a real high-profile player. And then I would say free agency is probably number 3, but this is the 3rd year I've hosted the channel, but it's actually only the 2nd free agency that I've hosted because I took over as host before the 2024 NFL draft.
Was it the week before, wasn't it?
Day before. My first video on the channel as full-time host was final Dolphins mock draft on that Wednesday afternoon before the NFL draft on Thursday. So I've only hosted the channel for free agency last season and this season, and obviously Miami really hasn't been that aggressive. But we got a nice watermelon happy dad here, and we'll get this party started here.
You banged me with wild cherry.
Well, you grabbed it, brother. The Vikings are releasing Javon Hargrave, excuse me.
Dolphin.
No, I doubt it. We also don't need a DT.
No, we don't need DT.
Shout out to Nancy. Shout out to Tommy B. Coop. Go Fins!
Cheers.
Dominating.
You had less liquid.
That's not possible. You saying they put less liquid in the watermelon can?
Yeah.
We had watermelon happy dad. Watermelon happy dad here.
Little seltzy action.
Little seltzy action indeed. I'm a seltzer guy. I just get so bloated with beer.
Sun Cruisers.
Sun Cruisers is my choice. Sun Cruisers, please sponsor me. We owe another wheel spin.
Oh, we do. That's right.
For our guy Carr. 2A says, damn, I've been watching the show for that many years. Why? 2A, did you just start when I was host? Well, if so, appreciate you. But yeah, you don't even get to know the Will Scott and Jake Rietma days.
My guys.
What a bunch of legends. What a bunch of legends.
All right.
Oh, you do remember that. Okay. This one's for Carr. Oh, and good thing I recognize because he's going to get a Hall of Fame spot. Hall of Fame
Shout out
spot
to
usually
you.
50. Jay Carr gets into the Hall of Fame for a, what is that, 90% discount? How does that work? Do the math. $5 on usual 50.
Yeah, 90.
Is it?
Yeah, because that's 10%.
I'm like super smart. Oh, man. Azeez Ojulari just signed with the Falcons.
Well, the cut's out already.
Yeah. That's all right. Jay Carr gets into the Hall of Fame. Shout out to Jay Carr. Shout out to Jay Carr. Best secondary options, in my opinion, I would probably have to say, actually, I'll just grab it on YouTube. I'd probably have to say Rasul Douglas, maybe even Jack Jones, and then probably Nate Hobbs maybe for Miami?
Is Nate Hobbs, can he play on the outside?
Yeah, he can play on the outside. He can play on the outside.
I would definitely just prefer to re-sign either of the two that we had last year.
Yeah. I'm just tweeting out that video.
Azeez Ojulari, the newest signing to the Atlanta Falcons. He was a Dolphins free agent target that we have discussed here on the channel. So he heads to ATL. And now the Dolphins will pivot. We don't even know if they were actually in talks with Azeez, but
No, we don't. We just speculated if it would be a good signing for Miami.
look, even though the Dolphins have made a couple signings today, like I don't think that their needs have changed, so to speak. Going into today, here is what we had the Dolphins' needs listed as at the moment by area of importance: edge, cornerback, offensive guard, safety, a wide receiver 2, and a tight end. And I still think those needs all persist. Yes, you signed Josh Uche at the edge spot, and he's a solid rotational edge, but you probably need someone better than him in that edge room to go along with himself and Chop Robinson.
Yeah.
Cornerback, self-explanatory. I mean, we'll take a look at the CB position. It's ugly, folks.
It is ugly. That is for sure.
It is ugly.
I can't tell if this guy on our Dolphins thumbnail is actually Lonnie Johnson Jr. I think it is, but his number is different because he wore 32 last year.
Oh boy.
And the number on this photo is a 2. But it might also be a picture from like preseason, and he might have changed it.
Yeah, true. Here's what the Dolphins cornerback depth chart looks like as we sit. It's Juju Brent and Storm Duck and Jason Marshall Jr. at the nickel. Now, Jason Marshall did not have a great rookie season for the Miami Dolphins. Juju Brent did show some promise, but then he got hurt again. He ended up playing in, 3 games? 2 games for the Dolphins? It wasn't very much. And Storm Duck also got hurt as well. And then you have Miles Battle and Ethan Bonner. So this room is really lacking. You need to make a signing here, a starting caliber signing, and you're going to have to find it in the bargain bin once again, which is why I think you should revisit either Jack Jones or Rasul Douglas coming back to this team. I think that would absolutely make sense. And then you have offensive guard as well. No bones about it, Jonah was the worst guard in the NFL last season starting, and at the moment you have quite literally nobody to play right guard. It's currently listed as Keon Smith as the starting right guard, and that's just not good enough. Safety, they did sign a safety today in Lonnie Johnson, but can't start him again. Like they just have extremely barren rooms, and that also includes wide receiver, where Malik Washington is currently listed as your wide receiver 2. There are a couple of options out there. I like De'Ami Brown. I like Darnell Mooney. I think there's a couple of other options as well that I would enjoy. Jalen Tolbert, John Mechie could upgrade your wide receiver room. And they still need a tight end as well, despite re-signing Greg Dulcich. So that's kind of where things stand here. just less than 20 minutes away from the 2026 new league year beginning. And I do think that the Dolphins still have plenty of work to get done.
Yeah. Well, I'm reading this Barry Jackson tweet. If Dolphins remain around the cap with minimum type deals, they'll add $11 million in cap limits to on June 1st, unless the... Okay.
We're good?
Nothing I didn't already know. He was just talking about the offseason and talking about like the cap space that will be created by Bradley Chubb being a post-June 1 release will likely just be what Miami uses to sign their draft class.
No, that doesn't shock me.
Yeah, so like they'll create $9 million in space in June when they release Bradley Chubb. They also get the $11 million more in cat commitments with, what's his name? Tua.
Yeah.
Then like that $9 million will just probably be used. $9 million and a little bit more will be used to sign your draft class.
Makes sense.
So that's probably what will happen there. We were planning on doing a mock draft on the channel here live with you guys. We're still planning on doing that, but we'll do that a little bit after the top of the hour. I want to just keep it here, and then when we get past the new league year, we're going to do a hard reset and welcome in the new season because it will officially be
the 2026 season.
It will officially be the 2026 season. I know this is technically still the off season, but we are in the new league year in 12 and a half minutes. So
we're at 11:50 on New Year's Eve.
Right, yeah, it's kind of how it is. We're at a...
Make sure you get your drink from the bar or from where you're at and get sat to where you're going to ring in the new year.
Yeah. But point is that we will do probably about 10 minutes and see what, if anything, happens post the new league year, and then we'll get into a mock draft with everybody here, which I think will be a lot of fun. But the most recent signing was Azeez Ojulari going to the Atlanta Falcons. The Dolphins have been busy today signing Joshua Uche, signing Willie Gay Jr., signing Lonnie Johnson Jr. Me and Coop put on a bet coming into this week of how many free agents would the Miami Dolphins sign in the first week, so from Monday to Sunday, that weren't already on the roster.
I think we 4, right?
We're at hold on.
Malik
Willis, Gonzalez, Uche,
Johnson.
and Lonnie. That's 4. Yeah. So the line was 7.5. I took the under. Coop took the over. So the question remains, Coop, now that we've seen about 2.5 days, do you think the Dolphins sign 4 more exterior free agents from now until Sunday evening?
Yes.
Say yes?
Yes.
It'll be close.
Jon-Eric Sullivan, if you're watching this, I need you to help me out.
I think 7.5 was a great line.
It's a great line.
I think 7.5 is a great line. Lonnie, Malik Willis, Uche, and Zane Gonzalez. Dolphins still have to sign a punter. They have to sign a long snapper. Those things can be happening at any time.
Can't believe we let the Mount Rushmore of Dolphins punter go.
Yeah, Jake Bailey. He's on there. Like, if you look at the statistics, I know he's only here for 3 years, but he, like, based in those 3 years, terrific. Harrison Smith, released by the Vikings. Franchise legend, franchise icon.
Dolphin.
No.
Oh, my God. He'd be the best safety in the Dolphins team.
Brother is 40 years old.
Would he not be?
Brother is 40. I am not signing.
Oh, I would sign Harrison Smith in a heartbeat.
No. I would not. This is wasting time. I would rather literally see a UDFA get
You'd rather Lonnie Johnson
a year
play?
long. Yeah. No, not Lonnie. I would rather like a rookie or a UDFA get all 17 games. I will admit that I also think you could find a starting level safety in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, you could probably.
Because we've seen so many high-level safeties, at least starting capable safeties, come out of that draft range. I mean, I hate to go to our division rivals, but the New England Patriots last year drafted Cal safety Craig Woodson, I think in the 3rd or 4th round. He started all 17 games for them, and it was awesome. It was part of the reason why that back-end defense was so good and why they were able to go to the Super Bowl. So, yeah. Jake Tonjes just signed a 2-year extension with the San Francisco 49ers. We're starting to get a uptick in action here as we inch closer and closer to the new NFL league year.
That was concerning.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. But Dolphins have been busy today, as we've mentioned. We'll see if anything up Jon-Eric Sullivan's sleeve the rest of the day. Coop, what has been, outside of Trey Hendrickson, the best signing of the day?
Great question. As you see the signings on screen right there, there's a bunch of internal re-signings have happened as well. For instance, Daniel Jones, 2 years, $88 million going back. As we scroll through, best signing. Best signing. I don't think any of these. I'll be honest.
I have an answer.
I think I might as well.
When it is?
I think it's Willie Gay.
You're such a suck up.
Dude,
you
look at the
are
rest of these signings.
Such a suck up.
Look at the rest of these signings. They stink.
You are such a suck up.
I am not a sheep.
You are a sheep.
No.
You are a sheep. As much as I would like for that to be true, if you actually think
who else is it? Is
that
it Chino Obuzie?
The best signing of the day outside of Trey Hendrickson is Willie Gay, you are out of your mind.
Willie Gay.
He just said Willie Gay. Yeah. The best signing of the day is Chigakonkwo with the Washington Commanders.
I'm going to No. I'm going to change my answer. The more information came in as we were scrolling. It's Kevin Byard.
The Patriots on a 1-year, 9.
It's Kevin Byard.
I think it's Chigakonkwo, 3-year, $30 million deal to the Commanders. I like him a lot. I've said that I thought he was a really good tight end in free agency, and I would like to bring him. I can't believe you just
The information changed.
You are ridiculous.
The information changed. What do you
want?
You
are ridiculous.
What do you want from me?
I do think Kevin Byard's a good sign for the Patriots, unfortunately, but I think Chigakonkwo going to the Commanders on a 3-year, $30 million deal is the best.
I wonder if we changed him to Chig in the database.
Maybe. I hope so. That's what he goes by. 6 minutes until the new league year. Have a weigh-in ready to go, like new league year type go. It's pretty much the same thing as one like the free agency one, but just have it be league year instead of free agency. Jets are signing Dylan Parham. Former Raider.
Yeah,
2-year, $20 million deal. Is he good? Is he that good?
He's solid.
Saw Albert Breer just tweet out that we've reached the part of the offseason where the agents aren't leaking out the contract details, which tells you that they're all vet men.
Oh, yeah.
Because if the agent doesn't tell the reporter what the money is,
minimum,
it means that they didn't get a lot. So whenever you see, we've signed a player to a 1-year deal, that means it's probably the minimum. That's just how this works.
That is what it is.
That's just how it works. These commercials are a menace. Apologize, we don't put them. It's YouTube. It's not us. Want that abundantly clear. But Dylan Parham was the most recent signing, 2 years, $20 million with the Jets.
Were you familiar with his work?
I know who he was. I didn't realize he was worth $10 million per year. But to be fair, I also didn't think Cole Strange, who I watched every week, get $6.5 million per year. I didn't expect that. 4.5 minutes to go until the league year. Who do you guys want to sign? I see people say Nate Hobbs, who will officially be released today as a post-June 1 cut by the Green Bay Packers. Signed a 4-year, $48 million deal last season. Offseason, I should say. Only appeared in 11 games for Green Bay and got this offseason. Soto, is anything going to happen on the start of the new year? The things that happen at the start of the new year is that every post-June 1 cut becomes official. So Tua, Kyler Murray, Javon Hargrave, like Brandon Ayuk, like all of these releases become official to where they can actually now sign with other teams. You can agree to signings like Tua already did, but you can actually sign with them after being released. You can also, but in the Tua hypothetical, that's also illegal what happened. So,
kind of, yes.
Yeah. But anyway, you have all of those become official. You also have to be cap compliant by the new year, which might limit people's spendings because they just want to make sure they're all cap compliant. And then once the new league year passes, then you can make other moves and go over the cap a little bit. So yeah. Yeah, I agree, Kevin. I mean, listen, the Dolphins signed Malik Willis, and he was literally during a workout while he got signed. The story is that he was literally taking 10-minute breaks in his workout to take phone calls and talk with his agent and teams.
Loves the ball.
How can you not love that? The guy has been labeled as one of the hardest working, one of the nicest players in the league. I'm just happy that we have a QB1 that is versatile. He's athletic. He's got a lot of physical tools, but also loves the game, likes to work hard, and is a good leader. Because I don't think we had that in the last quarterback.
Why are you throwing shade at the last QB?
Because I don't think he was a good leader. I think he was named a captain because
he
would have a tizzy if he wasn't as the quarterback. But I think Malik Willis is a legit leader. Like, you should see the amount of people around the league that have known Malik Willis. Players, that is. Congratulate him on the
that
team.
love him.
That love him, yeah. So.
Well,
a minute 47 to go until the new league year. Spam those goes if you're fired up.
Let's go.
Andrew Siciliano said free agency begins at 3 minutes. That's the technical term because that's when they can actually sign
I hate
people.
Siciliano.
I hate the tampering period.
Oh, I don't.
I'll be honest. This should be free agency. Either you start free agency on Monday or you start free agency today, but you should not be allowed to sign anybody until today.
There should be no tampering period.
Correct. I firmly believe in that.
And we learned our lesson with the Max Crosby deal.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the tampering period will be abolished sooner rather than later. But hey, I only see 2 people, Green and Jeanette.
Spam those goals.
Are you not ready for the new league year? Are you not ready for a new era of Dolphins football?
Deals can become official starting in 45 seconds.
Come on, spam those goes. Noah, Andrew, Nancy, IDK. Master of Rage. Spam those goes. We're spamming them. Here we go.
Let's go.
Newly, it even hurts to clap, Coop.
That's bad.
Just
Here
sore.
We go. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Welcome to the new 2026 NFL season. We appreciate everybody tuning into this live show. It is going to be a busy year for Miami. Malik Willis is our quarterback. That will be official soon. We already have reports coming out that the Vikings are making a push and are the favorites to land Kyler Murray. I don't think it's a shocker. Those tweets have been scheduled for this exact time. But that release has been made official. The Kirk Cousins release has been made official. And we will also see the Tua Tagovailoa release become official as well. Jake Browning, the free agent quarterback, has signed a 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm curious to see where Kirk Cousins could end up. But the Cardinals released Kyler Murray. The Falcons officially released Kirk Cousins. They are expected to sign Tua Tagovailoa. And as the new league year has officially begun, why not predict the Dolphins' record? Coop, this is cheeky from him because I don't believe in predicting the record
and that's why I did it.
Yeah, see what he does here. I don't believe in doing a record prediction until the schedule comes out at least, because then we know who the Dolphins drafted, because the schedule comes out in May, so we would know who the Dolphins signed for agency, who they drafted in the order of games, so it is what it is, but yeah.
The Dolphins will be 4-13.
I guess 6-11. Before I see the record, before I see the schedule. The schedule can differentiate things, but I go 6-11.
I hope you're right. I hope they're better than 4-13.
Like, if we're gonna talk about it, like, and we look at the Dolphins' opponents, because we know who they play next season, we just don't know the order and when and the timing. Because, like, I always say this, like, if you play, like, we play the Green Bay Packers this year on the road. If we play Green Bay in September, that's going to be infinitely different than playing in Green Bay in December.
No doubt.
So the chances of Miami pulling off an upset in that game, I think, change drastically on when that game is being played.
Absolutely it does.
But you look at the games for Miami on the road, you obviously play your divisional opponents. You play the Raiders, the Broncos, the Colts, the Niners, the Vikings, and the Packers. I think on the road, they play 9 games, 3-6, or 2-7.
We get screwed with 9 road games?
Yeah, you play the Bills on the road. That's probably a loss. I'm going to probably give you a loss. Patriots on the road.
We'll beat the Jets.
We beat the Jets on the road, so 1-2. You'll lose to the Broncos on the road, 1-3. Give me the Raiders win on the road, 2-3. Colts on the road, I'll take a loss, 2-4. I'm going to take a loss to the Packers on the road, 2-5. Loss on the road to the 49ers, 2-6. Beat the Vikings in Minnesota, 3-6. At home, I think we lose to the Patriots and Bills. But we beat the Jets, so 4 wins. And that might be it. Man, I forgot how hard our schedule is. God, that schedule is brutal, man. All right, 5-12. That's my record.
5-12?
5-12. 5-12 is my record prediction. I mean, the Raiders are expected to show interest in Kirk Cousins. That's hysterical. I mean, this Minnesota Kyler Murray thing is basically done.
So they say.
Yeah. I mean, what a bunch of malarkey this all is, folks. All right, let's do the merch push here. Just get that already. But, I mean, we have CBS Sports saying that pending a physical, Kyler Murray is going to be the next Vikings QB in all likelihood. That's practically done. The Raiders are showing interest in Kirk Cousins. So, a lot of rumors flying out right now. We'll see signings become official. We've already seen the Travis Etienne Saints signing be made official. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. The expectation that he signed a deal. So, like, Kyler Murray's a Viking. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. Kyler Murray is a Viking. See if the Dolphins tweeted out any signing. The Dolphins tweeted out the Greg Dulcich signing earlier today, but they could because that's just a re-signing. They have not made the signing official for any of the other guys, like, what's his name? Malik Willis or anything like that. But How about this, folks? We have a flash sale over the next 54 minutes. This entire hour, we have a flash sale. $10 off. Our Dolphins Today shirts, usually $25, now available $10 off for $15 right now. If you go to chatsports.com/Miami or MIA collection, that link is in the description and comments of the video and in the live chat. But also I want to make note, and I know it might not be here in time for St. Paddy's Day, but you can get our entire St. Paddy's collection $10 off there now as well. It's just not the Dolphins Today. It's the drinking team. It's the beers hats. You can either, even if you really want to, go get $10 off some of the stuff on the Chat Sports. Just clean up that link. You can get Chat Sports hoodie, Chat Sports quarter zip, Chat Sports hats. You can get Chat Sports gear. You can get Dolphins Today gear. Everything on our website is $10 off right now. The entire Dolphins Today collection right there. Chatsports.com/MIA collection. Links in the description. Comments, live comments as well. So go grab yours. Do you have the photos of the beers hats too?
Oh, yeah.
Show those. Why not? How about it?
Yeah.
Just got to change the L3 there. How about the beers hats, though? You got that. You got the MIA drinking collection as well. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun here on the website. If you want to go grab yours, flash sale right now. Like I said, chatsports.com/MIA collection. We'll see if anybody takes advantage. Got green. We got black. We got black. We got what? We got Do you know the song?
I got that. I got white. What you want? Come on. I was rocking A Boogie before you were born.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. No Julian Hill, tender. I hope they don't bring him back. I'm honestly can we move on?
Can we move
Julian
on
Hill,
from
please?
him? Right.
No Julian Hill. Soda says, got an email that my shirt's being delivered today. Let's go.
That a kid?
It's a slow clap. Nothing like a nice slow clap. Oh, we're off beat. We got a call. We got to call it. We got to call it. We can start back on there. Ready? Here we go. Oh, no, slow clap. Coop, did you play sports in high school and stuff, or no?
I played freshman year, but that's it.
Freshman year? I loved. That's how we would bring it in every practice at baseball and basketball at my high school. Every time, coach would basically call it, and then we would walk into the huddle, slow clapping.
I love that.
And it's chills. It's chills. It's chills. All right. We still got this 51-minute, $10 off special going on company-wide. Chatsports.com/MIA collection. Trades are becoming more official. The Trent McDuffie trade has been officially made. Some roster moves like Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Josh Pascal. Geno Smith trade has been official. I would expect that Miami is going to officially announce Tua and Bradley Chubb being released anytime. Kind of waiting for that to happen.
I'm surprised that hasn't been officially tweeted yet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting for here. And then once that happens, we did promise that mock that we'll probably do. Waiting to see it get officially mentioned. But nothing yet. Shout out to Green College. Sure can deliver. Let's go. Let's go.
Made the Greg Dulcich signing official a couple hours ago.
Yeah, but you could make any re-signing official at any time. So that was always in the cards. That was always in the cards.
Do we want to... You want me to set the mock up?
Yeah, why don't you set the mock up here? We're going to do a mock draft live. Now 9 of our last 10 videos have had a siren on it. It's so funny.
I've got it 7 rounds. Set to Dolphins.
Set the Dolphins. Does it have that extra 7th rounder on there now?
I have no idea. Can you see that?
No, you probably can't. Move up the slider for positional value slightly. It's like a little bit. One more. There you go, right there. Draft for needs, move it down 2. Perfect. Randomness up 2. Down 1. On randomness. Perfect. All right, we're gonna set up a Dolphins mock draft. Are you guys ready to do a mock? I gotta see it. Are you guys ready to do a Dolphins Today mock draft together? Y for yes or N for no? Are you guys ready? I see Jeanette fired up, Master of Rage, Cash, William, Mark, Eidelman, AB. Let me ask you guys this as well. Do you guys want to have me and Coop go through it and do it, and then you guys react? Or do you guys want to do it with us to where me and Coop pitch a player, me and Coop pitch 4 players, and then you guys vote on it and we go from there? Which way would you like to do it? Would you rather see me and Coop do it together, or me and Coop both suggest 2 players at each pick, and then you guys make the choice on which one we do? 1 for just me and Coop, 2 for the second idea we pitch it to you guys. 1 or 2? See, 2, 2, 1, just up me and Coop. We got 3 for idea 2. 2 for just me and Coop, 3 for me and Coop, 2 more for the other one, 2 for 1, 1 more for 2, another 1 for 2. Wow, it's split. All right, we're gonna make it a live poll and have it be because I can't tell. Sir, how should we do the mock?
And a reminder,
Just me and Coop. Or pitch and y'all vote. We'll give that 2.5 minutes, until 44 minutes on that timer.
Reminder, $10 off all merch right there. You can go to the link, chatsports.com/MIA collection, and get that today.
Yeah, make sure you do go grab your Dolphins Today merch. $10 off all merch. Dolphins Today, beers, hats, the MIA drinking team shirts.
We've got it all. Here are the most recent signings in NFL free agency. Dylan Parham going to the Jets on a 2-year, $20 million deal. Casey Kreider, the long snapper, signing with the Arizona Cardinals. And then Jake Browning, veteran QB, signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Remember, we're going to officially decide on which way we're going to do it at the 44-minute mark, so a minute and a half. Right now, 54% is us pitching, and then y'all vote. 46% is just me and Coop. Got a minute and a half to get those votes in. Minute and a half to get those votes in. How do y'all want to do it? How do y'all want to do it? Just me and Coop takes a lead.
Interesting. Oh my, the Dolphins made a trade.
Whoa, what's the trade?
Oh, it's Minka.
You suck. You are the fucking worst. Everyone boo Coop in the chat. Everyone boo Coop. Everyone boo Coop in the chat. We literally told you guys to, hey, there's going to be announcements. They're not new. They have happened. They're just becoming finalized. And then Coop gets got. Boo! Boo!
The Dolphins' own Twitter got me.
Boo!
That's bad. That's bad. What can I say?
Coop sucks.
What can I say?
All right, end the poll. 54% just said me and Coop. So you guys see the votes in the chat. 54% said just me and Coop. Maybe we'll do a pitch mock draft and y'all vote on it in the future. But we are going to just do the me and Coop special, even though I don't really want to do it with you anymore after what you just pulled.
Yeah, that's a hand-up accountability moment on me.
Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. We did get a $2 super chat. Flash it on screen because I really want you to see it.
Oh, I've seen it. I almost don't want to put it up on screen, but only because it's Soto will I do it.
Oh, that's a crazy boo. Unbelievable from Coop. That was just
I got excited. I saw we have agreed to a trade, and I'm like, oh my God, the Dolphins made a move. They didn't. They didn't.
You think it would be announced on the team's Twitter first before insiders got to it?
Maybe.
No.
Jon-Eric Sullivan doesn't like leaks.
You're unbelievable.
New regime.
Unbelievable. We did just get another $2 super chat, so we'll do that, and then we'll get into the mock. As member, go grab your... Interesting. Sounds like the Eagles are close to getting Jonathan Grenard.
Is that new?
Yeah. Diana Rossini.
Do we trust her?
I do. Rossini knows what she's doing. I trust Rossini. Do you not?
She's kind of been off.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. At least in this period.
I don't think she's been off.
Flatliner.
Who have we signed overall? Sorry, I got a quick little yawn there, but we could showcase what the Dolphins have done so far in free agency, not only today, but overall. They obviously signed Malik Willis on Monday, Greg Dulcich on Monday, Zane Gonzalez Tuesday, but the news today coming from Miami Gardens, Josh Uche, the linebacker / edge rusher, former Patriot, former Philadelphia Eagle, Kansas City Chief, had a 17.4% pass rush win rate last season in very limited opportunities. Signs a one-year deal with Miami. The Dolphins re-signed Willie Gay Jr., the versatile linebacker who sets up to be a key contributor in this Jeff Hafley scheme that likes to be multiple, have 3-4, 4-3 looks, and be able to switch in and out of them with ease. And then the most recent signing was the defensive back, Lonnie Johnson Jr. He is added as a depth piece for this Dolphins secondary. That's the 3 signings that have transpired today. Also got a restructured contract for Austin Jackson, the veteran right tackle, will likely hold that spot down for another year, at least, even after only playing in about 45% of the snaps the last couple of years. Now that we have gotten through answering those 2 super chats, we appreciate the 2 of y'all. We are $25 away from 100 on the day. We say $50 are beer bongs, but we will do a beer bong race when we eclipse $100 in super chats. Like I said, we're 25 away. If we can get there, we'll do another beer bong race. $25 away after this most recent super chat. I already counted that in. So before we do the mock draft, we'll get to another super chat. Shout out to my guy, Jonathan Soto.
Let that load. Bradley Chubb news is official.
That has been made official?
Yes.
With a post-June 1 designation?
That is correct.
Yep. I figured as much. Let me go tweet that out.
Bradley Chubb released officially by the Dolphins.
Have officially released Bradley Chubb with a post-June 1 designation Miami will get $20 million, almost typed in 20, in cap savings later in the summer, likely to be used signing the 2026 draft class. All right, officially Bradley Chubb has been released. No surprise there. We always knew that that was going to be the case. Kirk Cousins released with a post-June 1 designation as well. That is just made official by the Atlanta Falcons. So we have seen a lot of these cuts and releases been made official. Ironically enough, I don't know if they plan on sending another tweet out there, but they didn't tweet out the official Tua release, but they did do it on Monday saying we are informed that we are going to release Tua on Wednesday with a post-June 1 designation. Unsure if that was basically the, hey, here is our official tweet about releasing him.
I would imagine they don't.
Yeah. But yeah, Bradley Chubb, that $20 million is what ultimately is what the Dolphins will get back. Sorry for the mumble jumble there, but that Bradley Chubb cut will get Miami $20 million in savings in June. Remember, though, the Dolphins with a post-June 1 release for Tua lose $11 million in cap space because it goes up by about $11 million. So that offsets to save Miami $9 million in the summer. And you asked for the update in cap space. After the Austin Jackson restructure, over the cap had Miami listed at $7.8 million in cap space. Factor in the Zane Gonzalez signing, and it's down to $6.3 million in space. And then I would say after the Lonnie Johnson and Josh Uche signings, like I think it depends because in the offseason, only the top 51 cap hits count against your cap. So that's why we call it top 51 space. And if Willie Gay and Lonnie Johnson are vet mins, those will not count against the cap. So those don't really change much. Now, Josh Uche, let's say he gets a 1-year, $2 million deal. I don't know what it is. If that's the case, though, I say Miami's around $4.5 million in cap space. That is if I had to guess. But we do not have the contract details for Willie Gay, Josh Uche, or Lonnie Johnson. But if I had to guess, $4.5 million is where Miami is at cap space. We did get one more super chat. Sorry to keep on delaying the mock draft, folks, but as super chats come in, we're going to answer them first before getting to our mock draft. Shout out the Flatliner with a 5. Will we have enough cap for all of our picks at this rate? Well, that's why the Bradley Chubb thing is huge. I don't know if you just heard me say that, but if Bradley Chubb, or when Bradley Chubb's released and Tua's released, those become official and those cap numbers come to Miami on June 1st, they probably won't sign their draft class until June when they get that $9 million in space with the offset of Tua's cap hit as well as Bradley Chubb's. So I would anticipate Miami signing their draft class in June when they get that increase in cap by about $9 million, if that answers your question. If that answers your question. You guys are asking with the polls, you guys need a merch link? I got you. Grab $10 off all Dolphins Today merch. You can get the Dolphins Today shirt. You can get a Beers hat. You can get a Miami drinking team shirt, although even with express shipping, unsure if it would get there before St. Patrick's Day.
On your screen right there, 10% off for the next 35 minutes.
Yeah. So, which surprise? What should I make the live poll?
Favorite signing?
Well, maybe we'll wait through the draft, and maybe.
I don't hate that either.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, all right, let's get into the mock draft, Coop. And then we wait to see.
Oh my God, Bradley Chubb's already agreed to a deal.
To the Buffalo Bills. Bradley Chubb.
Wow.
Bradley Chubb just went to the Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's a major deal. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. 3-year, $52.5 million deal. That's 17 per season. Can I be honest? Bradley Chubb wasn't $17 million per season good last season.
Weird how he can agree to a deal just seconds after being released.
It's funny how that works. Funny how that works. Are you serious? I can't believe Bradley Chubb just signed a 3-year 50 or 43, 52.
That's actually nuts.
I mean, Chubb still 29. Wow, that's a surprise. That's a shocker.
Is that kind of a dagger?
It's about 14.5 per season with up to 17 per year. John Mechie going to the Carolina Panthers. Thought he could be an option for Miami at wide receiver with familiarity with Bobby Slowick.
Time to wake up, Johnny.
The influx here, my goodness. Bradley Chubb, 3-year deal with the Bills. What's your reaction to that, Coop?
I was going to ask you the exact same. It sucks that he's in the division. We're going to have to see him 2 times a year. I think he'll go off on us.
Will he?
Revenge games?
Is it revenge games? Like, it's all respect. Like, we're not giving him $30 million per year, which is what we were. Did the Bills overpay for Bradley Chubb? Get down in the comment section and let me know.
And this doesn't have offset language, right?
No.
It's not like a Tua thing where if he signed for the minimum, we would, or if he signed for more, we'd owe him less money.
Correct. It's different. Man, surprised.
Very.
Surprised by that. Surprised by that. There's just nobody who hates the internet
awesome.
more than Mitch Revenge.
Oh, there might be. And that is your ex-roommate.
Which one?
Marshall.
Yeah. I just think that's an overpay for the Bills. Do we have it in? I think we have it in. I think the Dolphins re-signed Matthew Butler. But they already did that, though. Am I lost? I thought they did that a while ago. I'm just going to scroll through. Give me a second. Just looking at something. I thought we did that already. I guess maybe the Dolphins just did that under the radar. Let's see.
Would you have done the Bradley Chubb signing? Why free SN for no? Would you have given him this deal?
No. I'm seriously, I wouldn't have. What's more crazy, Bradley Chubb getting this or Jalen Phillips getting $30 million per year?
It's not even a question. Come on.
Jalen Phillips?
Yes.
Yeah, that surprised me. It's a wild move.
Do you want to do a short on this?
Oh, no. Fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine with that. I mean, he's released, like... Bradley Chubb going to the Bills. It sucks. I'm not that moved by it, though, if I'm going to be honest.
That will not keep you up tonight.
It will not. It will not. See, did we get any purchases on the Dolphins Today gear? Let's find out. Okay, I'm not sure. I think we might have. Let me see here. I wish you could do the date range. Oh, I can today. Need them. Oh, wow. We've sold 3 Beers hats today. How about that, Coop?
3 Beers hats?
Didn't see that one coming.
Do we know if they're the black or the green?
It just says Beers Trucker Cap. Today, yeah, today.
That's what's up.
Yesterday, we sold a good amount of stuff. Today, though, shout out to... I guess I can't say their names out loud. Yeah, I guess that's illegal. I was going to give shout outs.
Oh, not. No, it's not.
I won't do it. But, yeah, shout out to y'all. 3 Beers hats sold today. How about it, baby? How about it? You guys are legends. Can't believe the Bills really signed Bradley Chubb. That's crazy. That's crazy. 77% of the live poll says it's an overpay. I agree. Would y'all have done that deal? I wouldn't have.
I don't think I would have either.
I don't think I would have.
It just sucks that he's in the division.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't know where else he would have went. I think he could have went to Chicago, maybe. There's another option for sure. All right, anyway, let's get to the mock draft. I know a lot of people are wondering about that. Unless something else happens, we'll see. But me and Coop are going to do a mock draft. We are $20 away from 100. If we get to $100 of super chats, we're going to do a beer bong race between me and Coop. So if you want to see me and Coop chug a happy dad against each other, $20 super chats, either one time or as a collective unit. But with that being said, knee crack. That felt terrific. Let's get into our mock draft.
Let's do it. All right.
All right, 11th pick. We got the sliders good.
Should I enter before I push it? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, show and push it over. Is there no way to extend it? What if you zoom in? Like just to get rid of the top part.
I can crop it.
Okay, I guess that wouldn't get rid of the top part. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. All right, you can just go back. All right, let's do it. Let's do the mock draft.
Here we go. Let's see what we got.
Signed Darnell Mooney. I actually wouldn't mind Darnell Mooney as our number 2.
Do we want to offer a trade for 1?
Okay, the Dolphins just made another re-signing, AJ Green.
Forgot he was on the team.
Remember that bull?
Yeah.
All right, we'll just do a roundup at the end of the day because they're just making a bunch of low-level signings.
Yep. Works for me. Okay. Do we want to offer a trade for 1?
Give me no, we're not doing that. Let me just tweet these out, though. Give me 1 second, guys. AJ Green Dolphins. Like, these signings won't count against the cap. Because they're all, like, vet mins. They're not going to count. Is there even a photo of AJ Green and the Dolphins? I doubt it.
I would also doubt it.
AJ Green Dolphins. I won't tweet out a photo. I said Dolphins have re-signed D lineman Matthew Butler and CB AJ Green the third. Both moves shouldn't count against the cap for Miami, as they do not qualify as top 51 signings. That's my tweet. Send it out. All right. Now that we got those two out there, let's do a little Dolphins Today mock draft. All right. Start the draft, Mr. Cooperstein. We got, who is that number one? Oh, I couldn't tell. My mind. So we got Mendoza 1, Arvell Reese 2, Jeremiah Love 3. Is that Mansour Delane 4?
It is.
Oh, boy. David Bailey 5, Francis Maui-Noah 6, Dylan Thieneman 7. All right.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Restart it.
Yep.
Restart it.
That just can't be the case.
Sorry, we like a little chaos, but we don't. I know for a fact Sonny Styles ain't going to be there for 11. So when we redo this, care for positional value, move that up. Maybe leave randomness lower. Yeah, leave randomness there.
1 or 2?
Leave it there.
No, I know, but I'm saying care for positional value.
2. I like to put that 50-50.
And then leave that draft for needs, keep it there.
Down. 1 more. Move care 50-50 on the positional value. Is that 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay, then cool. All right, I just can't tell. All right. PFF, I appreciate what they do, but yeah, Sonny Styles ain't making it to 11. I think we could all say that pretty safely at this point. Start that draft. Oh, it does have the Dolphins have that second pick. All right. See, this looks way more realistic. All right, let's climb up here. We got Mendoza 1, Arvell Reese 2, Sonny Styles 3, realistic. Ruben Bain 4, Jeremiah Love 5, realistic. Maui Noah 6, Bailey 7, Carnell Till 8, Tate 8, Caleb Downs 9, Mansour Delane 10.
This is much more realistic.
This is maybe what will happen on draft night. So, as we go, Nicholas Owens purchased a shirt. Let's go, Nicholas. Remember, $10 off all merch for the next 22 minutes.
Yeah, if you purchase a shirt, drop it in the chat and we'll give you a shout out.
Shout out to you. All right. Anyway, so as we scroll here to see who's on the board for Miami, we know what the need is. We see Dylan Thieneman, Monroe Freeling, Spencer Fanu, Kenyon Sadiq, Makai Lemon, Jordan Tyson will be available, Jermod McCoy, Vega Ione, Caleb Banks. I already know who I want to take. It's unfortunate that Delane is gone. Coop, if you had to choose. Now, do we have any offers and trades? Let's figure out the trades. What's the one team that wants to trade?
The Philadelphia Eagles would like to trade with us.
At what pick?
23.
23? What are they all? Okay. You know what? Let's do a trade. Let's have fun.
It says their next pick. Or
yeah, 23.
Yeah.
So 11. And I've done this simulation on the thing.
So we want 23.
Correct. If you do a trade with the Steelers to equal value on the trade chart, it's 21, 55, and 99. So 23, 54, and then that other third round pick.
98.
Nope. Let's move it up. The other one.
68.
Yep. I want 68.
38% chance to be accepted.
We'll throw back a 7th.
A 7th?
Yep. Our last 7.
Buffalo?
Yep. That changed nothing?
Changed it up the percentage by 1.
What about our other 7th round pick?
Same.
What about both of them?
41%.
All right. Take out the 7th rounders. I'll take the other comp pick.
This one?
Yeah. Was it 99?
Yeah, 98.
That's 98?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. What are they?
Take that out.
Take out 68
Correct.
and do 98.
Okay. So it's 23, 54, and 98.
Yeah.
For
Give us another one. Give us the 5th pick. The 179 as well. I don't like the fact that PF says this trade will likely be accepted.
23, 54, 98, 179.
What's the number?
For pick 11,
Yeah.
it says it's likely will be accepted.
All right, then we're moving up. I needed to tell me 70%.
So what do you want then?
The next one up, Coop.
What do you mean the next one?
Of their draft picks.
68.
No. Coop. You're losing me. I was just talking about, instead of 179, I'm talking about one pick up from that one.
139.
Yes.
Still likely.
All right, what about 122 instead?
Still likely.
All right, I'll agree to that trade right now. 11 for 23,
54
98, and 122.
for 11.
So you get you move back 12 spots in round 1. You pick up a 2nd rounder, a 3rd rounder, and a 4th rounder. Send it in. I'm doing that in a second.
They accepted it.
Yeah, done. I will move back 12 spots in the 1st round to get an extra 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We just went from 9 picks to 12 picks. And all we do is move back 12 spots in round 1, where I still think I will be capable of grabbing an impact player right away, either at edge, offensive line, or secondary. I believe in that. All right. Agreed that.
Resume.
So then what happened in between? Who'd they trade up to go grab? They went to go up and get Monroe Freeling, then Mekhi Lemon, Spencer Fanu, Dylan Thieneman, CJ Allen, Vega Ione, Caleb Banks, Keldrick Falk, Jermod McCoy, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, and then Avion Terrell. Avion Terrell's a little bit of a snipe. Not going to lie, I really would have liked Avion Terrell at 23. But who else is available, Coop? Kenyon Sadiq, Jordan Tyson, Blake Miller, Cassius Howell, Omar Cooper Jr., Kane McDonald, TJ Parker, Peter Woods, Denzel Boston, Colton Hood, Caden Proctor, Casey Concepcion, Manuel Pregnon, Christian Miller, Caleb Lamu. All right. It's not my favorite. If I'm going to be honest,
I don't like the board.
If you had to pick one, who would it be?
I'd go Kenyon Sadiq.
See, I would take Jordan Tyson. I think Jordan Tyson, I would argue, is the best wide receiver in this draft. I would rather have Jordan Tyson than Mekhi Lemon. And I think I would rather have Jordan Tyson than Carnell Tate.
I can get on board with that.
And I know it's crazy to take a first-round wide receiver, but since I was able to get another second-round pick, another third-round pick, and another fourth-round pick, I feel pretty confident I'll be able to find a corner, edge rusher, and safety potentially that could be an impact guy as well as an offensive lineman. I know it's crazy to say this, but I would take Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver of Arizona State, and create now Tyson, Waddle, Malik Washington, and I really like this. Oh, the Dolphins just made another signing. Darrell Baker.
Who?
Former Titans cornerback. Let's figure out who this is. Baker. Darrell Baker Jr. 6'1". Let's figure out who Darrell Baker is. 6'1". He played a lot of last year. Oh my God, he basically was a starter for them. Played 700 snaps last season. Oh boy, he's not very good.
All right, well.
Mock draft over.
The mock draft's over.
For the time being, we'll return. We'll return to this. But Darrell Baker Jr., the Titans cornerback, has been signed by the Miami Dolphins. Give me a second here. Baker was a UDFA in the 2022 NFL Draft out of Georgia Southern. Played 626 snaps in 2024 and 723 snaps in 2025. Allowed 5 touchdowns in 2025. That's a good question. 5 touchdowns and 25 touchdowns. Allowed a 72.4 comp percentage. 5 touchdowns and 135.8 QB rating in last season. I gotta be honest, I can't really be that optimistic about this signing. Well, that's my left hand. That's my left hand. I'm curious. I'm sure this Baker signing is vet min. I mean, the guy stunk last year. But Darrell Baker has been signed. He was definitely better in 2024, but still not great. Oh. Stretch those earlobes. Yeah, this guy's not great, folks. I'm going to add him to the cornerback room. D. Baker Jr. All right. Dolphins making moves today, folks. That is now 4 signings today alone. Baker, not very good there, folks. Not very good. Are we? Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe we just might wait. I might do a roundup. We're not getting a push noti. We'll be able to do more graphics and do like a Dolphins get boatload of news in free agency. Correct, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so we'll talk about the Baker signing here in a second, but we'll get back to the mock draft. Yeah, I'll do a short for that. But let's just do it here, honestly. No. Well, yeah, we'll just do it here. I'll just do it on my phone. Miami Dolphins add another cornerback, this one Darrell Baker Jr., and this one is a little interesting. Baker has gotten significant playing time. Former UDFA out of Georgia Southern in 2022. He played 700 snaps last season for the Titans, played 600 snaps in 2024 for Tennessee. He was not good last year. He had a QB rating when target of 135, allowed 5 touchdowns and a 72.4 completion percentage. We'll break him down more in depth on the channel shortly, so make sure you subscribe. But that's now 2 DBs added today by Miami. Baker and Lonnie Johnson. Miami also re-signed A.J. Green, who was on the practice squad last season. That won't count against the cap. But Jon-Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley have been extremely busy today, adding a lot of vet min players for cheap contracts. And the latest is Darrell Baker Jr. Even though he hasn't played well, Baker, welcome to Miami. Just going to send that in. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. John Robinson was the GM for Tennessee in 2022, but that actually has no good point. Good thought process was originally claimed by Arizona. Yeah. And didn't join Tennessee until 2024. All right. So the Dolphins signed Darrell Baker, who had 7 PBUs last season and 700 snaps, allowed 5 touchdowns. Dolphins have been extremely busy today, folks. Extremely busy. Yeah, why don't we just go through a tracker of what the Dolphins have done today now, Mr. Coop? After we do this, we'll go through a final push for our merch, and then we'll go back to the mock draft. So remember, 7 minutes left of our merchandise being $10 off. Dolphins Today shirts, beer hats, MIA collection. Go grab yours right now because for the next 7 minutes, we have $10 off all of our Dolphins Today merchandise. We got Dolphins Today shirts, we got beers hats, we got a bunch of stuff. Go grab yours today. We've sold 4 beers hats today so far. Cool. At least that's what it says when I say collection Dolphins Today. But yeah, go grab yours right now today. No, that might be on the entire. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure about that actually anymore. But nonetheless.
Yeah, regardless. Interesting note about every signing the Dolphins have made today, including Willie Gay Jr.
They have a junior.
All 1-year deals.
And they're all juniors.
Except for Josh Uche.
Besides Josh Uche.
Out of the 2 DBs that the Dolphins have signed, which one's more likely to make the roster?
Darrell Baker.
He played more last year.
Yeah, he's younger too. He's only like 25. Yeah, Baker's 20. Doesn't have his age, but he's 6'1", 190. UDFA in 2022. Has kind of played significant numbers. Like in 2023, he played 469 snaps for the Colts. And then 600 plus the last 2 seasons. So I don't think that's an insignificant signing. Like, I think there's a chance that could be someone competing for a starting job. Not going to hand it to him, but he'll compete for it. He'll definitely compete for it, I think. So, we got 5 minutes remaining. $10 off all merch. Go grab yours right now at Dolphins or my MIA collection. Let's showcase the merchandise. Go grab yours because after this timer is done, no more sale. Usually $25. Now just $10. Grab yours. MIA collection. Link is in the live chat. Grab it today. once we're done with this little 4.5 minute stretch, we're going to get back to the mock draft here. But we have Dolphins Today shirts, black or aqua, all signing or all size available. We got Beers hats, whether it's green, whether it's black, works for St. Paddy's Day, works for any other day as well. Go grab your gear today. Chatsports.com/MIA collection. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left. I'll continue to see if anyone got any shirts. If we get someone to buy a shirt in the next 4 minutes, I'll do a shot to celebrate a shirt being sold. A shot celebration. We are trailing in the last 5 minutes. I mean, we only have one shirt sold. The leader has 19. Can we at least catch up a little bit? Grab a shirt. Grab a shirt. $10 off for the next 3 minutes. Not sure how long that will last. Yeah, William, I'm sorry. It comes and goes. Sometimes we do flash sales. Sometimes we don't. We appreciate you anyway, my friend. We appreciate you anyway. 2.5 minutes left. And then we'll get back to the mock draft. Can we sell another shirt? We've got one for my guy Nicholas Owens. 2.5 minutes. Can we get another one? I don't know the next time we'll have a flash sale on our shirts because I don't think we're going to be live for a special anytime soon. So this is your last opportunity to grab a Dolphins Today shirt for $10 off.
Maybe until the draft?
Yeah, it might be until the draft, man. Seriously. Seriously, might be. 2 minutes! 2 minutes! Are we going to get another one? Are we going to get another one? Best signing, in my opinion, Malik Willis for sure. Malik Willis for sure. I think if you just go purely value, I would probably give Greg Dulcich a close number 2. But I think that you have to label the legit quarterback as the best one. I also think it's pretty solid value.
Agreed.
I think it's pretty solid value. 1 minute left. We got a Beers hat sold again.
Let's go.
I don't know if that's us or like there's in general though. Because it's
know.
in every collection. So I don't know if that would count towards ours or if it was
I think
purchased.
if they use our link, it would count.
It like purchased in the Dolphins collection.
Yeah.
Well, there's 5 hats sold. So I don't know if that's us or not. But we got a minute left. Wow, Javon Hargrave going to the Packers.
Wow.
We got 1 minute. Grab your shirt or hat right now. Yeah, it says 5 hats were sold on Falcons today, too. I think that's just...
Wow. Across.
Yeah. Well, we got another shirt sold. We got 30 seconds remaining. Chatsports.com/MIA collection. Go grab yours. Last opportunity. If you click the link, you will still be able to get $10 off for about 5 minutes. But you got to click the link in the 10-second period. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you guys took advantage. We'll see if any other gets announced. We'll keep an eye on that. But Javon Hargrave to the Packers. Mario Edwards failed a physical today and was released.
All right, you want to get back to the draft?
Yeah, let's get back to the mock draft. The mock draft. All right, remember, So if you're just joining us for the mock draft, we traded back from pick 11 to 23 with the Philadelphia Eagles. We got pick 23, obviously. We got 54 in the second round. So we have 2 second rounders.
That's right.
We got pick 98 in the third round. So we now have 4 third rounders. And then we also got pick 122 to give us 2 fourth rounders. So a lot of different options for the Miami Dolphins. I did trade back here in our mock draft, and I have officially decided, although I like Kenyon Sadiq, would be an interesting addition, I believe in Jordan Tyson. I think he is going to be a really good wide receiver in the NFL. I think a duo of Tyson and Waddle would be really fun for Malik Willis. And I don't love any of the edge rushers. I don't love any of the DBs at this spot. I don't like any of the offensive linemen either. I think it would be a reach for Blake Miller. I think it would be a reach for Max Iekor from Arizona State. So I think I'm going to take the best value to me, and that would be wide receiver out of Arizona State, Jordan Tyson. So I'm taking Tyson. And then we come all the way here to pick 43, where we are going to be looking for offensive line help, looking for D-line, edge rusher. We won't really need to draft another wide receiver in this mock because you spent one high on Tyson. So we got Zion Young, who I really like, available. We got D'Angelo Pons. A little scroll here. We got Chris Bell, no need. Chris Johnson, R. Mason Thomas, Chase Bisontis, Jeremy Bernard, Keith Abney, Gabe Jackas, AJ Hulsey, Eli Stowers, Malachi Lawrence, Keontae Scott, Jadarian Price, Jennings Dunker. All right, Coop, where would you go?
Man, there's a lot of good choices on the board. I'm zeroing in on R. Mason Thomas.
You're on R. Mason Thomas. So here's an interesting thing for me. And this is where a lot values on your board, and what do you want here? Because Miami obviously has a massive need at corner, edge, safety, offensive guard, tight end. We've already addressed wide receiver. But those other 5 are your top 5. Now, when I look at this board, I see D'Angelo Pons. I like him a lot. We have Chris Johnson. I like him. I like Zion Young. I like R. Mason Thomas. I like Malachi Lawrence from Central Florida. I like Keith Abney. I like AJ Hulsey. Heck, I like Eli Stowers.
There's a lot of good players on the board here.
But here's the truth, Coop. Because we traded out and down, we picked up pick 54.
We did.
Which means we are picking in 10 spots here.
That's right.
I'm willing to bet one of those guys I like is going to be there.
I agree.
You know who I don't think is going to be there? The clear-cut best interior offensive lineman left. And there's a tier gap. Because once Vega Ione goes, once Chase Bisontis goes, and then once Emmanuel Pregnon goes, who went at the end of the first round, there is not a clear-cut day one starter at offensive guard, in my opinion.
You would go Chase Bisontis?
I'm going Chase Bisontis because I believe a corner, edge, or tight end that I like is going to be available when I'm picking at 54. So I'm going Chase Bisontis from Texas A&M. Bang. And look at that. As we're on the board here, that hurts that we got sniped on Chris Johnson at 54 because that would have been just absolutely fantastic.
I don't think I need to see any more of the board.
Oh, no. Keith Abney, Eli Stowers, 2 intriguing options here. Keontae Scott, I like him a lot. Versatile DB for Miami. The Dolphins met with him at the Combine, by the way. Joshua Josephs, Derek Moore, Chris Brazel, Danny Dennis Sutton, Igbeson, Kyle Lewis, Kamari Ramsey, Mike Washington. Keep on scrolling here. Elijah Surratt, Zachariah Branch, Max Clare, Romello Height, Deion Burks, Darnell Jackson, Chandler Rivers. I think I know where I want to go with this. Where would you go? Where would you go?
It's Eli Stowers. Easily.
I say no. Now, unfortunately, my edge rushers are taken. I in the 10 spots in between, We saw R. Mason Thomas, Zion Young, Malachi Lawrence, and Gabe Jackas
They all got
go.
sniped.
So 4 edge rushers in that 10-pick span was a dagger, and then Chris Johnson getting sniped hurt as well. Where would I go? I am going to select Miami defensive back Keontae Scott.
You're out of your mind.
A versatile, click on his profile here, Coop. Versatile. Look at that. Oh my goodness. He's fantastic. He played well in the run. Can cover. Scroll down a little bit on his alignment. He can play in different spots here, Coop. Look at this. He can play in the slot. He can play in the box a little bit. He's a versatile DB. He's a dog. He met with the Dolphins at the Combine. They've got their eye on him. Dolphins need an interior nickel corner. He could play there. I think he could play outside. What did he measure in it again? Go to first look for me. 6 foot, so he could play outside if he needed to. Older prospect for sure, but I don't hate this. I'm going Keontae Scott.
I think you're crazy for that.
I'm going Keontae Scott. Well, good news is this is my mock draft.
This is a draft that gets you fired.
No chance. No chance.
That's crazy.
What?
Just reading what Eric DeCosta had to say about the trade.
What did he say?
We were unable to complete the process of the trade.
That's crazy.
All right.
Hold on. I'm just looking through this.
No, I know. We are at pick 75. I'll show you who's on the board.
All right. So just a little recap. We traded down from 21 or from 11 to 23, picked up that first round change, 54, 98, and 122. So we have 4 picks in the third round. We had 2 picks in round 2. We took Chase Besantis and Keontae Scott. We traded back and took Jordan Tyson in round 1. So we've taken a wide receiver, an offensive guard, and a cornerback so far. And now it's time, I think, to look to the defense again. I would like to get an edge here, but I haven't looked enough at what is on the board. So let's take a look. Okay, Max Clare, that's going to be intriguing out of the tight end out of Ohio State. Chandler Rivers, another nickel corner for most part. Devin Moore, intriguing corner from Florida. Sam Roush, the tight end from Stanford. Jalen Farmer, another solid guard from Kentucky. Keelan Rutledge, another guard. Ooh, the guards are strong here. I'll tell you what, though. Not as good as Chase Besantis.
We've also got another pick in 12 picks.
Yeah, I know. Keep on scrolling down. Slaughter, oh boy. That's a good pick, too. Anthony Hill, I like that, but are we drafting our 4th linebacker here? I don't know. How about go to the edges? Go to the edges. Doesn't seem like we have a lot here. Did we miss out on the top ones? LT Overton, Anthony Lucas, Makil Kamara, okay. I don't hate Barham. All right. Oh, man. This is tough. Where would you go, Coop?
Again, not tough for me whatsoever.
Not tough for you. Going Max Clare?
I'm going Max Clare.
Going Max Clare. Scroll down a little bit more again. Oh, I don't like this spot. I don't like this spot. Click on Jalen Farmer. I like him. Our good old friend Philip Dillingham, who's been just spot on about what Miami needs to do and who they should target, likes Farmer a lot. We do have 4 picks in the 3rd round. We drafted Besantis. We have Farmer. The 2 of them could compete for the starting right guard spot. The other one is depth behind Jonas Savinaya on the other. But he'll be on the board. I'll take Max Clare. I'll oblige for Coop. We're going to go Max Clare.
He listens to his assistant general manager.
We'll listen to the assistant general manager. We went Max Clare. We're up here again. Farmer still on the board. We pick in 2 spots. I'll take Jalen Farmer now. I like adding 2 offensive linemen on the interior.
That's all we need to see.
I don't need to see it. The Farmer and Basantis competes to start at right guard. The other could be either the backup left guard to Jonah, or if they're better than Jonah too, maybe start him there. All right, so this is our 3rd of 4 picks in the 3rd round. We haven't drafted an edge yet. That changes here, LT Overton.
I think you could get LT at 98.
I'll take LT Overton right now. I'll take LT Overton. All right, so we've taken, let's do a recap now. We got Tyson in round 1 after trade down, Chase Basantis at 43, Keontae Scott at 54, Max Clare at 75, Farmer 87, LT Overton at 90. We have a pick here at 98, and then the next 2 come in the 4th round at 111 and 122. We still need... Now I just think we go BPA. Keep on scrolling.
Your guy.
We already
took
a tight end. I think we're good there. I think I know where I want to go with this.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know where I want to go with this.
Scroll down a little bit. Hold on a little bit. Zakee Wheatley, safety out of Penn State. I like Zakee Wheatley at safety. Done. Taken. Gone. Finito. And now we're up here at 111. We're not taking Carson back. Carson Beck's a bum.
Jonathan Soto wants Carson back.
He said QB question mark.
Soto, do you want Beck?
No. Keep on scrolling. I'm half tempted to take Michael Trigg.
Jack Hendry's better. Seth McGowan's a good running back. We don't need that, though.
Yeah, I'm not taking a running back. All right, keep on scrolling.
Manny Muhammad?
Check production or producers.
Yeah, it just said check the TV to confirm.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Did you check? So, wait, hold on. There's one TV on the 2150 set. Oh, that's them.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's check the... How do I check this? Settings?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it shows it right there at the bottom.
CS 2190. Yeah, we're good. All right. Never mind then. All right, sorry, quick timeout. I think I know where I'm going. Who would you take, Coop? You got a name?
Give me Jack Hendry's.
I am going to go with the Michigan Edge. I forgot his name. I've seen him, Jayshon Barham.
That's your guy?
Click on him. Like him. Good run defender.
We could use that.
I remember looking into him 3 weeks ago when I did a mock draft. Not going to be a dominating pass rusher, but he could be a nice physical tone setter on that D-line on the outside there.
We'll take him.
I like Barham here. So now we're at 122.
Oh, Jack Hendry's still there.
Check the quarterbacks. That's a no for me.
Oh.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Lights off. Turn them off.
They're too bright.
Turn them off. So we've taken 2 edges, a safety, a corner, a wide receiver, a tight end, and 2 offensive linemen. Check the corners. I think I would be pretty hard to not take Malik Muhammad.
We'll take him.
Another corner. I like Malik Muhammad. So now we come here to round 5. And this is where we go to best player available here. I can't see. Scroll up. Sorry to get up in your grill, fellas. A lot of tight ends in this range.
Don't hate it, Joe Royer. Do we go Cade?
Keep on going. Absolutely not. I'll never take him in a mock draft.
Not once?
Never.
Michael Taff?
Nope.
Josh Cuevas?
Nope.
Quintavious Hutchins?
Nope. Keep on going. But I do have who I think I'm going to go with.
Trey Moore?
Nope. Keep on going.
Harold Perkins?
Nope. Keep on going.
Brother, we are in like the 6th round at this point.
It doesn't matter. I don't care what PFF has to say. I got my own grades. All right. I know who I'm going to take.
Okay.
Aiden Fisher, linebacker, Indiana.
Is he even on the list?
Yep.
He is. Right here.
Yep.
That's your guy.
I like Aiden Fisher. I looked into him before. I think I took him in a mock draft. Would be our 4th linebacker. I like Aiden Fisher quite a bit. And now we head to our 2 7th round picks. Go to the quarterbacks. We'll take one here. Taylor Green. Done. Send it in. Done. All right. Now we look at best player available.
Punter or kicker?
No. We have a kicker. We're good. Fuck it. Take Lorenzo Styles. He ran a 4.28 40. Done.
Is he Sonny's brother?
Yes. He ran a 4.28 40, and he is actually a good special teams guy. He literally returned a kickoff for a touchdown for them, so he could be a kickoff returner and a good gunner for us, potentially. That's my mock draft. How did they give it? What did they give us?
Oh, they don't like the Aiden Fisher pick.
They gave us an A-. Hold on. Let me see the mock drafts. Go from the top. So, recap. We traded down from 11 to pick up 23, 54, 98, and 122. We took Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver from Arizona State, at 23. Chase Basantis, the Texas A&M guard, at 43. The versatile Miami DB Keontae Scott at 54. Max Clare, the Ohio State tight end, at 75. Jalen Farmer, the Kentucky guard, at 87. The Alabama edge LT Overton at 90. Zakee Wheatley, the Penn State safety, at 98 in the 3rd round. We take Jay-Sean Barham, the Michigan edge, who's a really physical run edge defender, at 111. Malik Muhammad, the Texas CB, at 122. Aiden Fisher, the linebacker from Indiana. We grab a developmental quarterback in Taylor Green at 227. And then an athletic safety that can be a special teams guy, Lorenzo Styles Jr., at 242. Grade the mock draft. Grade the mock draft.
A, B, C, D, or F.
A, B, C, D, or F. That is the live poll as well. Hot Dog says I'd be fired for drafting this. You think so?
PFF doesn't.
IDK says A. Mike says B+. Green says B. B+ by William. B at minimum by Legacy. B-. Mark says A. Mike says great draft overall. We didn't trade back in real life. "67% of the live poll, now 62% says B, 19% says A. So it feels like people either saying A or B or D or F. 81% say B or A.
I like it.
You like it, Coop?
I think it was a good draft. The Aiden Fisher pick,
All right. I don't think it's bad. Did you respond in production or whatever you needed to do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. No, we trade back in our mock draft, not in the real draft.
Eric DaCosta said he was, quote, gutted for the trade to not go through.
Yeah, okay.
He's the one that stopped it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know why PFF hates Aiden Fisher so much. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna put on a 5-minute timer here, Coop. We're gonna sign off here in 5 minutes, but we're gonna hope to try to get to $100 in super chats. We're at 83. We're $17 away from getting to getting to 100 in super chats today. If we get to $100 in super chats, me and Cooper are finishing the live show by doing a beer bong race.
Let's do it.
Can we get there in 5 minutes? If not, we'll sign off, film, and then go out and film video. Dolphins have been really busy today, restructuring the deal for Austin Jackson, creating cap space.
By far the busiest day.
Yeah. I forgot to make this note. Like every cornerback that the Dolphins have added, Baker, Lonnie Johnson, AJ Green, it doesn't matter if it's a futures contract, doesn't matter if it was a signing this week. Every single DB that the Dolphins have signed, 6'1", 6'2".
It's pretty wild.
They like size.
They like bigger.
Now, they're obviously going to probably go a little bit smaller at nickel because it's hard to imagine having a nickel corner that big, but you can see.
Now, Juju Brents kind of fits that profile as well, does he not?
Yeah, that's why like him being here, he's going to get a chance to play for sure. He's going to be getting a chance to play for sure. Let's see if we can. I'm looking at the cornerback prospects. Who fits that sized mold? Like Delane comes in at 6 foot, so a little bit smaller. Jermod McCoy at 6'1". Avion Terrell at 5'11" and change. Colton Hood at 5'11" and change. Brand Sis at 6 foot. Chris Johnson's at 6.5 foot. Most of the top corners are a little bit smaller. Now, Davison Igbinosun.
Igbinosun.
6'2".
Interesting.
Devin Moore out of Florida, 6'3.5".
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Julian Neal, 6'1.5". Will Lee, 6'1.5". DeCario Davis out of Washington. Keep an eye on him, 6'4". Performed well at the Combine.
Shout out to Soto with the 2. Says, come on, people, help the channel.
Yeah, appreciate everybody who
Then
does
we
help
did
the
get a
channel.
10 as well.
Oh, we got a $10 super chat from William Hoyle saying, let's go Fins. Great stream today, guys. Loved it. Even you, Coop. LOL.
William, thank you, brother.
That's what you get for saying, oh, the Dolphins made a trade.
Well, they did.
Freaking unbelievable. Freaking unbelievable. We are now $7 away from 100. Can we get there? We got 2 minutes to do so. If we get $7 more in Super Chats, me and Coop are doing a beer bong race. Can we get there? Can we get there?
God, see that court? It looks so bad.
It's so bad.
It's horrible.
Appreciate you, William Hoyle.
Thank you, William.
90 seconds. Can we get there? I gotta be honest. They should not be having these games in the SEC tournament. Just have the top 10 teams play.
The bottom 6 shouldn't even make it. I don't disagree.
Oh, excuse me.
That.
Top
12.
Top 12 play.
I actually don't disagree with that.
LSU, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Mississippi State.
Another signing for the Dolphins.
Really?
Special teamer.
Zane Anderson. Special teamer. Zane Anderson. Let's look him up. Little white guy.
Lunch pail guy. Hardworking.
Yeah, what makes him hardworking?
His background with the Packers. He's a Packer.
You're unbelievable.
Right or wrong?
20 seconds. Can we get there? Zane Anderson last season in his career has only played 146 snaps on defense.
My guess is he's a gunner on
special teams is where his value is had. All right, shot clock comes to an end. Did we get there, Coop? Former BYU Cougar.
We did not.
We did not get the 200. Bummer.
Oh! At the buzzer!
I haven't seen it yet. I'm tweeting this out.
At the buzzer! It's unbelievable! You can't believe it! Is Mr. Anderson in the tracker? He is not. Come on, Jack.
This is another contract I don't anticipate counting against the cap. So you're seeing the Dolphins sign a lot of players to like vet min deals that won't count against the cap, which is why we've seen so many signings. Oh, gone fishing at the buzzer.
And
William Hoyle with a 7 and then $25 super chat. We're not going to go live tomorrow. The next time we'll be live, honestly, is next week unless the Dolphins make a trade. So we've been live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be live probably again next Monday, I would guess, because we're going to be off we're going to be working next Monday, and then I work late for a Heat game on Tuesday. So next time we'll be live is probably on Monday afternoon. It's been a blast to hang out with you guys these last 3 days. You guys have been legends. Shout out William Hoyle. I'm going to give William Hoyle a spot on the Hall of Fame for coming in big time with $35 over the last couple minutes or so. Yeah, we went live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be live next Monday with a segmented live. The last 3 days, we've just been coming on here, hanging out, shooting the shit, reacting to signings. But W. Hoyle, shout out to you, baby, right there. And that means it's beer bong time to close out today's live show. Appreciate everybody. Got the watermelon happy dads in studio here today.
You gave me wild cherry.
You picked it, Coop.
No.
You picked it,
Gaslighting Rolly, per usual.
Gaslighting Rolly, you're ridiculous, brother.
You're gaslighting me right there.
Gaslighting you right there. How would I be gaslighting you? I just said you're ridiculous, which I think everybody would agree to, by the way.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. say, like, I want this to be clear. I'll say in my video that we react to all of them. All of these signings that the Dolphins have made today, outside of Joshua Uche and maybe Willie Gay, won't count against the cap because only the top 51 contracts contribute to the cap, and all of these league minimum signings will not count. So Dolphins really not spending any cap space with all these one-year deals on Zane Anderson and others. I can't believe the Bills gave Bradley Chubb that contract. That is so bad.
It's not so bad.
It's so bad.
It's an overpay for
Bradley
sure.
Chubb is like a one-year, $7 million deal guy at this point in his career.
He did have 8.5 sacks last year.
Fraudulent 8.5 sacks. Fraudulent. All right, let's round out the live show today. 3, 2. Oh, Cooper's ready for it. Look at him. He's already got his lips on the thing. That's cheating. You got to take it off because like I have to say 3, 2, 1 and then start.
Is it 3, 2, 1, go?
It's 3, 2, 1, go. I'll say go. And then
You're going to cheat on this.
No, I don't.
All
cheat.
right, let's go.
I don't cheat. 3, 2, 1, go. It was close. Tie goes to the host.
Oh!
Tie goes to the person who gave the countdown.
I could end this right now.
3, 2.
I could end the stream right now.
Well, we're ending the stream, brother. We got one more super chat.
Bang job.
We'll show that on screen and we'll get out of here. Wasim Khan with a $2 super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. You're a legend. Sup, Rolly Coop. Happy New Year. Happy New Year as well to you, Wasim Khan. We appreciate everybody who donated, all 4,000 people who hung out with us today. And over the last 3 days, this is our last hangout free agency stream, that has bought a t-shirt, has super chatted, commented, subscribed. We have a lot of content going out over the next couple of days. We've had a lot of content going out. We'll have a video out within the next hour and a half, 2 hours, with a lot of the miniature signings the Dolphins have made over the last hour and recapping all of those. We appreciate everybody. Peace out for Coop Rolly. See you.